It's kind of extra.
That's why I have the fuzzy thing on there that does the same shit. Only it collects so much cat hairs.
Mm-hmm. They do tend to do that. Okay. Hit that button. Hit that button.
DS lips.
I still feel like my color looks off.
Yeah, I mean, you look like you got a little bit of glow to you.
Right, my green screen is like reflecting off of me today.
Yeah.
It doesn't normally do that so strongly. Or maybe it does, and I'm just not used to being in front of a green screen because I haven't recorded in my studio for like a month.
No, does it feel good to be back?
Well, I feel like I just walked in, so I'm like,
yeah,
feels good.
Feels great to be back.
Feels great to be not on the 10-hour drive I just finished. But
yeah,
we'll see how I feel.
We got to get your dog a front seatbelt.
Oh my gosh.
That's probably the only way to solve that.
Right.
Hardest in the fucking. I've seen them.
I don't know if that could. I don't know if you could do that for 10 hours though. Normally I have a crate in my back seat, but today I had to carry a chair back to town, and so the chair was where the crate normally is, and didn't have room.
Dogs.
But I hate throwing them in the crate in the back, like, for 10 hours. You know, it seems like a bummer.
Figure it out.
Figure it out.
They can kind of move around.
That's what I said. I said figure it out.
Figure it out. I can't do Canadian at all.
I make it look like I live in a cool studio.
That's great. That's great.
Are we live?
We are live. Yeah, what's happening? Sorry, I said so. I said so, but
that was for Paul Hobby, not on purpose. That's his favorite part of the beginning.
Oh, okay.
Is one of us every single time, it doesn't matter, is like, are we live?
Maybe we are.
One of us
That's funny. That's how. Okay, so I've told you guys about Critical Role, right? The show that they play D&D. It's a bunch of voice actors.
Yeah. Right.
They've got a talk show. They've got a talk show about it, like an after show that happens on Tuesdays, called Talks Machina, and the way that the host always begins every single episode is by like he's standing in the middle of the set and he's just like, "Are we on the internet?" And then like they respond to him in some way, of like, "Shut up! I'm trying to do word puzzles" or something like that. It's kind of hilarious.
Funnier.
I mean, yeah, ours is less. I would say it's less.
Ours is natural.
Ours is less kid friendly, but their show is. It gets raunchy sometimes. It's
it's hard not to.
It's difficult not to get raunchy.
Yeah, we go where it leads us. Matt, what is happening?
Matt, what are you doing?
The Metatron. The Metatron is ready to podcast. Sorry.
Matt's Mr. Negative.
Mm-hmm. Always with the Mr. Negative. Okay, I should have not done that because I don't know where 0 is anymore. Okay.
No, you were just stuck like that guy, like that lawyer who's like, I'm not a cat.
I'm not a cat. I'm here live. I'm not a cat.
I love that. I'm not a cat lawyer. It's like the best shit. Okay.
We can proceed. I'm not a cat.
We can proceed. I am not a cat.
I swear.
It's the best part is he says it like it's very possible he was a cat and he just wants to make sure they know. It cracks me up, man. It's so good.
Like, of course you're not a cat. Nobody thought you were, you idiot.
Nobody thought you were a cat. Everyone understands filters but you, sir.
Like, you're the only one that doesn't get what's going on.
Hey, Mufash. Matt, I sent you a package today.
Really?
You should receive it. Hey, I'm glad you could stop in on a live podcast, man. Thank you very much for the package. I'm very excited. Mufasa. Should I
called him Mufash, and I was like, what?
I read it wrong.
I see it though. Hey, Paul, did you hear your shout out?
Yeah, what's
I'm
happening,
frozen,
everybody?
as always.
You're frozen?
I'm back now.
Okay, good.
Oh, he missed it. He just got here.
Ah.
You're gonna have to do it again.
But I can't say, are we live now?
Are we live?
Man, I hate that.
That
I look
sounded
so
pretty
ghostly.
natural.
What can I say? I'm a voice actor.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, totally.
Okay, so we should have talked about this before we started, but there's feedback that we're going to cover tonight in the thing. I put numbers like last time, and I guess we'll just do the 5s, and if we have time, go to the 4s.
Sounds good.
Do we have anything else to cover today?
We did not plan anything. Part of that is just that I was driving all day, so I don't know.
Was there?
Unless there's
Good.
any, is there news? Well, I mean, Ashley's Corner, and then
I mean,
feedback.
there's a mid-season trailer.
Oh, yeah? Is it?
Oh, you know what? I honestly didn't want to watch it. I didn't want to.
Yeah,
I'm like, there's only
I
two
think-
more. I don't want to know.
I think I don't want to watch it either, so
Okay.
if that's okay. Did you watch it?
Did you
Oh,
watch
yeah.
it?
I watched.
Did you feel like it spoiled you?
I mean, it.
Did it tell you all the things?
Yes, it told me all the things.
Okay.
All the things.
Well, then I don't want to know the things.
We won't watch it.
Yeah.
Ellie Waters says, honestly, not much in the way of spoilers in the mid-season. I'm like, There's a few things that I, as a viewer, kind of expect to be coming. But,
Because you've watched the trailer.
well, no, because I know how things progress in superhero world. I expect this particular encounter to be approaching, and like it's nice to be confirmed on that. But I mean, it wasn't a ton of spoilers.
Okay. Well, I think I will avoid watching it. You can
Okay.
record a thing that I will do no editing on and send it to me
I won't.
if you want.
I won't though.
Okay, that
I've got
sounds good
too
too.
much else going on.
That sounds good too. Okay, are we ready to go? Are we ready to record? Everybody got their recording devices open and selected the proper inputs and such?
I think so.
Can you guys hear us okay out there in live land?
Check.
On Twitch and YouTube. We are streaming to Twitch and YouTube, by the way. Two things, as we always say, the Twitch channel is supported by your bits and tips and all that good stuff and subscriptions. You can do that with money, but you can also subscribe by going to by going to strandedpanda.com/Jeff2Jeff, and it teaches you how to subscribe for free with your Amazon Prime subscription. Literally, you can hit it once a month, and they send us $2, and you don't have to do anything else. It's pretty great. So there's that. Also, we are streaming to YouTube. You guys can send in your feedback there as well. Ashley's going to do her best to round it up at both places. And if you're really just a huge you want to be a huge supporter, you can also just open up a second window and mute one of them and stream both because we get credit for both. Woo!
Huzzah! Yeah, we need like less than 600 hours now
I know, it's
to get-
crazy.
to get YouTube monetization.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that nickel a week or whatever it is that
Yeah,
they're gonna give us.
I really am curious. Like, it's been a 4-month burn to try to get to 4,000 hours watched, which is so much. And now I'm really curious what it's going to be. It's going to be like 10 cents or 5 cents a month. I mean, if it's
Watch it,
$50 a month, I'll be happy. Like, I'll be like, okay, the little extra work I'm doing to get it to video, at least we're like making a little extra money to support the network. But like, if it's like 20 cents, I'm going to be a little annoyed.
I would laugh my ass off if like it replaced our income. If it just happened to be like just a crap ton of money.
Yeah. For our 700 views a month, this is like,
Yeah.
oh, wow. YouTube.
Why have we been doing this the whole time?
Wow.
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 Turns out YouTube pays each person $600 for every view they get.
I wish.
It sounds accurate.
God,
It sounds
put
accurate.
that
I
out
think I
there.
read that
Put that on
online.
your vision board.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. That'll come to
Man,
fruition
we're gonna be
someday.
so intolerable when Loki comes on with this Owen Wilson shit. By the end of it, people are gonna be like, 1 star. They won't stop saying wow. I'm really over it. Bring back Mephisto.
Bring back.
Can we get back to the political talk?
Yeah, can we get back to Mephisto and political talk? Let's do the Mephisto politics hour instead of this wow bullshit.
Wow.
We should start the podcast.
Instead of talking about dumb shit.
How about we come in after 3 wows?
Okay. Well, we don't need to clap anymore. I got both things recording now. Yeah.
Cool. All right, are we hitting record?
Are you ready, Jeff?
Sure.
All right, tits up.
Posture check. Today on the Marvel
Hold on,
Cinematic
sorry,
Universe.
I wasn't recording it.
God.
We didn't say ready. I'm ready to record. Okay, I am recording. Now you may begin.
No, I don't want to.
Here's that scene, people. From the top.
Takes like 10 minutes to get set up for that voice.
Make it
You
drop.
do it
That's a whop.
like a mop.
Bring your bucket and a mop. Yo-ho, that's a wet AP. Anyway.
Gross.
What are we talking about today?
I think Falcon, Winter Soldier feedback mostly.
Today on the Marvel Cinematic Universe podcast, we are discussing feedback on the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Everything up through episode 4. All that and more episodes that we have no control over.
A little water on the face.
Yeah, splash it.
Splash
Get the thirst. Get the thirst
Gotta
down.
splash it. Gotta splash it. Okay.
There's ice chunks in there. That's not going to come out.
Day 18. Thirsting over the 7s.
You all right, Ash? Ash is dying.
Yeah, my water was a little frozen, so there's these little shards of ice in there.
Watch out for the crystalline. Okay. Here I go. Welcome to the Marvel Cinematic Universe podcast. My name is Matthew Carroll.
And I'm Jeff Randall.
And in our producer chair today, we have the lovely Ashley Coffin. How you doing, Ashley?
I'm super great, guys. How are you?
Doing really, really well. How about you hit us with that 5-star review? Or are you doing it, Jeff?
Was that me or Jeff?
I can.
I mean, I thought that you had one, but I'll take it.
No, I have it all queued up.
No, it's right here.
God damn it!
It's right here on my screen.
Okay, then I'll say that again. All right, Jeff, hit us with that 5-star review. Nope, now I gotta cut that again. All right, Jeff, hit us with that 5-star review.
We got influenza coming at us, which sounds dangerous.
That does sound dangerous.
Saying, my favorite podcast and an amazing community. I discovered this podcast at the beginning of the COVID-19 pandemic and have found an amazing community that has helped me escape a bit from this odd year. Matt and Jeff do an amazing job. The podcast helps me appreciate the MCU so much more than I did before I listened. Through the weekly trivia game on Twitch, I've found so many great people who have awesome discussions and support each other. Lately, the podcast hosts have been getting some flack for discussing things that can be perceived as political. I think that's really unfair because they've been discussing a show that brings up the questions of race and political divides. They are using geek media to process and discuss current events, and I love it 3,000. I love all the pandas 30,000.
Woo.
That's so much.
Thank you. What was the name? Bring in the
Influenza.
Oh, okay. Okay. You said influenza coming at you.
I thought you meant
that was
like
the full name.
influenza.
Oh, like an influencer, like that, but in a cool way.
No,
Yeah.
it just says influenza, like the virus.
All right. Well, influenza. Thank you for listening. I hear you had a down year because of all the social distancing. I
get it.
Influenza said it was a hard year. COVID was a hard year, and it's because they're influenza. Anyway, okay.
It affects everybody.
Thank you. It affects everybody.
Are we going viral?
Oh God.
Is that what this means?
We're finally making viral content.
Just making everybody sick.
Plug my
Just
computer. This
because
is going
it's
swimmingly.
Ashley's
right.
like, I'm leaving.
Well, what we like to do first on our podcast on Monday is check out Ashley's Corner because she doesn't get to be on Fridays with us. So what did you think of this episode, Ash?
Oh man. I was
That
happy.
was also my first response.
I know. I was happy. I was angry. I felt rage.
Mhm.
All right. I'll go
Well,
to
what
my
did you
little
think of
note.
the episode? We get you're from Philadelphia.
Okay. It was really well done. The cinematography was beautiful. Just the things that were filming made me feel anger.
Right.
I don't know. You know, it was a lot. It was a lot. I'm so sad we only have 2 more episodes.
Yeah, me too.
Like, I don't know. How are we going to tie all this up? But are we going to tie all this up? I don't know.
I really don't know
Is
how.
this to set up to bleed into the, like, other shows and movies coming up? I hope so. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's a good point. It's a good point. There's like, they started a lot of threads about these characters in the beginning, and I still want the Bucky show where he's just like making amends for different people, or like, and I still want like, I don't know.
My name is Bucky.
Yeah, exactly. My name is
Yes.
Bucky. Please make that show. There's so many things like that, and yeah, you're right. One thing I noticed that we didn't really talk about on a rewatch was like, there was a lot of action in this episode. There were like 3 major action set pieces, you know?
I was very happy. And that, like, my question for the Dora Milaje fight with Walker, like, was Ayo really going to kill him right there? Because I was like, oh, she's stabbing for his chest. Like, how are they going to talk themselves out of that one? And I'm sure they had to sign the accords too somewhere. Like, don't kill him. Knock him out. But I don't know what the other girl's name, but her picking up the shield like that, I was like,
right.
Oh yes.
Someone posted in the Stranded Panda chat today, this is the only Captain America I currently recognize, and it was just a picture of the Dora Milaje lady with the shield.
With the shield and the spear.
Mm-hmm.
I was so happy about that. Like, I was like, okay, I get it.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Kicking it up just like Cap did. Oh, it's so good.
Just like Cap did in the elevator.
Yeah.
She already knew how to do it.
It's awesome.
I mean, there you go.
Oh, really bad for Bucky.
Oh, yeah.
In the end,
When
nobody really trusted Bucky.
When he got rocketed.
When he got 5-finger hand exploding heart technique.
Yeah. And it was really just his arm.
Yeah, his face. I was like, oh.
Yeah, he was just
me
like,
too, Bucky.
Oh, God.
Like, nobody trusts me. Ah! I felt so bad for him.
Yeah. He like thinks he's, you know, it kind of sucks for Bucky. Like he's fought to get his mind back, and so he has control of his own mind, and now he finds out the body they gave him he doesn't have full control over. You know what I mean? They can still like shut him down if they want to. Whew, that's rough.
That's real rough. I like the meme that somebody posted where it showed like his arm falling off because of that technique or whatever it is that she did, and it being Rocket in that scene from Doctor Strange where he's like, "Teach me."
Yes.
Oh, I'll get that arm.
I'm gonna get that arm.
Such a good meme. That was a great meme. Okay, so
Walker stuff was a little crazy because I honestly, seeing him twitch out before he took the serum, you're like, what's going on here? Like, what kind of?
I feel like with that, it's Walker's like mental state is just breaking down. Like he
just got beat up by some girls.
Well, like not even with that. Like before that, in the scene where like Zemo was cuffed up to the boiler and like they were waiting to go in where the funeral was, and like, you know, he was told to like, you know, sit tight and, you know, wait for 10 minutes. And like it seems like he's putting so much weight, so much value on the name, the title Captain America, and nobody gives a shit that it like about him. and that's like eating him away. And because he puts so much weight on it, because the person that came before him had so much respect, like from that mantle. It's not that he got respect because he's Captain America. Steve Rogers got respect because of who Steve Rogers is and what Steve Rogers has done. And I don't think that this guy's earned that yet. And it's like wearing at him. And he's just like, nobody's listening to me. Everybody should be listening to me. I'm Captain America. Don't you know who I am?
Yeah, he's got all the entitlement of...
That's the word.
What like he thinks... And Steve never really had that entitlement, even though he was Steve Rogers. He never really had that. He was humble. There's no humility. But there's a lot... So it's weird. He doesn't portray humility, but there's also a lot of second guessing going on, for John. Yeah, John's a really interesting character. And the thing that I keep going back to, and I'm having a hard time with it. And I know why I feel the way I do, but also like I feel like this show is sort of like a politics and racial issues like Rorschach test, because like you really can look at Carly, even though I think the show is making her incredibly sympathetic. A lot of people out there feel like she's the enemy and like that John Walker is the really sympathetic one, and I keep trying to really wrestle with why I feel that way. Like, why do I feel like Carly's a good guy and he's the bad guy? And sure, the murder at the end, the premeditated murder at the end where not really premeditated, but like he decided to kill that person. He definitely could have stopped. He was not self-defense for sure. Yeah. But Carly also blew up that depot 2 episodes ago, And then I think about like, but Carly's had these quiet moments with her confidant where she talks about her feelings and why she's doing what she's doing. Maybe that's why. And then I'm like, no, John's had all of that too. And it's just like they're making these two characters with very different ideologies. They're both extremists, and they're both... I guess I fall on the side of the reason I fall with Carly is because of their initial motivations, which is like Carly feels oppressed and she's trying to throw off a system that she feels is oppressing her.
Right.
And I feel like if Steve Rogers had walked into this situation and he met this girl, just like Falcon did, he would have said, okay, let's hear her out. Let's talk to her. What is the issue? And then maybe would have even turned and said, I want to help you, just like Sam did. I agree with your mission. But Walker seems like he is just falling on the side. Yeah, he's a tool. He's a tool. And I don't mean that in like just the insult way, but like they told him to do a thing. He's doing that thing. He's all about executing the mission and not questioning that mission. And Carly is all about questioning her place in society and trying to get past it. She's realized the system is rigged against her and her people, and she's trying to fight for it. And I guess I just fall on that side for those very fundamental bedrock reasons of their character, not really actions they've taken or even like mental states they're in. It's more like they're very similar in a lot of ways, but those bedrock principles are different. And if you have a different political belief system than I do personally, you could look at that and just go, no, she's just a terrorist and he's fighting for America. Like, that's great. You know what I mean? And there's a lot of people on the internet doing that. And and like,
it's pretty easy to fall on either side of this whole thing.
Yeah. It's really strange. The way they set up the show.
We had the conversation the other day about how I think Cap probably would have also helped get Zemo out if he was the only one who could help them get to the power broker. It just seems like something that's just such a Cap thing to do. Like, I'm not allowed to do it, and the government, but I could probably keep him in control. But I feel like if it came down to it, he would have, if he was there with Bucky and Sam, and this is what they were trying to do, they probably wouldn't have to do any of this if Cap was there. No, that's not true. I don't know. I just feel like that's, whereas Walker's like, kill her and arrest this person and get him back in jail. like means to an end, kind of how Bucky was saying.
Right. Getting Zemo out of prison is interesting because sorry, Mike is being weird. Getting Zemo out of prison is an interesting moment in the show because they very deliberately like kind of wash Sam's hands of that moment. Because I think they want Sam to be the morally upright one who makes the good decisions and an uncompromising decisions to some degree. And it's like Sam would not get Zemo out of jail, and Bucky knows that. So Bucky's willing to go too far, which is now going to endanger everyone probably because now Zemo's in the wind. Like, it could make a turn where Zemo is actually the big bad from now on. You know, even though I love Zemo right now, I think he's freaking awesome.
He had my favorite lines in this. That one about Steve Rogers was so good. He's right. There's only one.
There's only one Steve Rogers.
You know, thinking about it, you know, we say that Steve would have done this where he probably would have broken Zemo out, but it got me thinking, like, has Zemo actually ever been in the same room as Steve Rogers?
I mean, there was metal between them.
Yeah, there's like
right. But like, have they ever been able to actually touch each other?
I don't believe so. Not that
hands, touching hands.
Right. But just like in Civil War, if Cap got his hands on Zemo, it would have been fucking over.
He wouldn't have killed him.
He wouldn't have killed him. He would have just beat the crap out of him and just been like, all right, we got him. Like, hold him up, like, you know, by his collar and be like, let's go.
Yeah. But the thing was...
that didn't happen because Zemo was always thinking, you know, 10-dimensional chess or whatever.
Well, also, Zemo never... Go ahead. Sorry.
You go ahead. I just want to say that's why I agree with you. I think he's definitely behind everything that's happening.
Yeah. Well, I think that Zemo... that's interesting. Do you think Zemo is behind everything that's going on now? In what way? I think
he definitely has some interest in everything. Like when they got to Madripoor, the people were kind of like waiting for them. He has all his business connections. Like, I don't know. I feel like he might be somehow connected to the power broker stuff. I don't know. I don't know. Anything could be happening.
I don't know.
I don't know why you guys even have me on this show.
It's gonna be real crabby if like, I'm gonna hate it if it turns out at the end where Zemo's like, I've had this in my wheelhouse for so long. You know, the power broker works for me, or no, he is the power broker, or whatever. And then
how he got the key card to get out of there is my biggest question. Like, they didn't really. Did he get that book that day?
Yeah, no, I think that was a thing. So like, they really glossed over that whole thing. But I think what we're supposed to believe is he asked him what book he was reading, and then left and somehow came back and deposited in that book. So when it came from the library the next time, he would have the book with the key card in it. But they acted like it was all the same day. I don't think it was. I think it was like multiple days is the only way that makes sense.
Right.
Really strange. And then, but then it would also, here's what doesn't make sense about that. Also, he would have had to, he threw that note at the guy. He said, you know, he's going to get you tonight in your sleep or whatever. Caused that fight, which is what caused Zemo to get out. So you'd think it was, so he had to be there for both things. So did Bucky make 2 visits? You know, it's all very.
I'll have to see what he was wearing.
Hand waved through. Oh yeah, good call. Check his hair.
Mufasa says in Civil War when Zemo activated Bucky, Sam and Cap ran into the room and Cap picked Zemo up and threw him to the ground. So they technically were, and he did exactly what you said.
Yeah,
there you go.
Picked him up, and then Bucky hits Cap.
See, and that's the thing about Captain America. It wasn't hard enough to he woke up pretty quickly.
Well, it was that he put him against the wall, and then Bucky attacks. I'm sorry, the Winter Soldier attacks, and then that's when Cap went into the elevator shaft.
Right. So he just damseled in distress. He was like, I'm hurt.
Yeah. Help me. Yeah. Yeah, he's been playing everybody the whole time, but I'm gonna hate it if it's like,
yeah, he was.
It was me the whole time.
My favorite part of the whole Dora Milaje fight when it shows him and it was like Zemo exit stage left and he's like bye.
I love Zemo in that scene. I love him drinking his whiskey, like sipping on his whiskey while everyone's fighting. Like, oh, it's so good.
He's Kermit sipping on the tea. That's the new meme. Yep. Anyway.
Well, let's get to feedback, and we're going to send the lovely Ashley down into her feedback cave where she's going to talk to the YouTube and the Twitch audiences and see if you guys have anything you want to shoot over to her. You can do that on either YouTube or Twitch, and she will do her best to gather a few of those for the end of the show. And now, adieu, Ashley.
Adieu.
Hey.
Adieu to you. What? Huh? Lydia Herbert, one of our patrons, says this week's episode was insane. The legacy of the Shield has been greatly compromised. The scene where Bucky was freed in Wakanda was heart-wrenching. Yeah, I agree. All that flashbacking where they just the acting. Sebastian Stan acting his damn pants off in that episode. So much so that you go to Instagram and you can see he doesn't have pants anymore.
That's right. I was going to make a joke about acting his arm
bring
off.
That up.
Yeah. Yes, on Instagram today. I guess we should do a quick news segment on Instagram today. Bucky posted
today on Instagram. If you have been watching Sebastian Stan, we got a full Bactal, and they are peachy. My God, he works out. He works out.
He must work out.
Yeah, he showed his ass on Instagram today. So, for those of you interested, check out the Instagram. But yeah, absolutely.
I had one of our pandas send me a TikTok video to watch where people were talking about when the legacy of the Shield got compromised, sullied, bloodied, if you will. Terrible thing to say, but it was a veteran saying, like, this is the rules of engagement for the U.S. military are such that when an enemy combatant of any sort, terrorist or otherwise, surrenders to you and is unarmed, you immediately stop engaging and render aid. Like, that is what you are required to do. They are now under your custody. You are supposed to take care of them.
Yeah.
Not brutally murder them with the shield.
No. That's and also right before he murders him and everyone's filming already, right before he does it, the guy's yelling, "I didn't do it. I didn't do it."
Yeah.
Like, the PR on this thing is not good for Captain America, for John Walker.
It's not. He left his buddy behind. It wasn't the person that killed his buddy, and the guy was unarmed on the ground, like surrendering. Like, all of it's bad.
Absolutely. And the thing that gets me, the thing that I'm really curious about is how are the brass going to react to this? Because I'm really curious. And the next episode should open with this answer. So I'm like, we don't have to wait too long. But, like, how is the American government going to respond to John Walker doing this? Are they going to pat him on the back and say, "Great job, you protected America"? And then we have this we saw there's the moment where Carly is talking to Sam's sister, and Sam's sister's like, "I don't really respect that Captain America either." You know what I mean? And it's like, is it going to create a groundswell of people even in America that are against Captain America, or is like, how divisive are they going to get on this show? Like, I'm really curious about what's going to happen here. I do think, like, if they just punish him and remove the shield from him, I don't think it would be very true to life. And I think, like, they have already dealt. This feels pretty directly dealing with police violence, you know?
Yeah. Especially with it being in public on the street for everyone to see.
With everyone with their cell phones out. Like, I can't.
Yeah.
I know this was started filming before George Floyd, but, like, this feels very reminiscent of that. And I mean, not that there weren't 1,000 before that, but, like, if they I feel like the government's going to back him. You know what I mean? Or at least they're going to want to. I feel like this doesn't touch real life if there's not some portion of the government that's like, well, no, we have to give him his,
he's Captain America.
He's our man.
He's authorized to do this in the field.
Yeah, which I don't know, but I'm feeling that's coming.
Can somebody please come get the shield from Captain Psychopath? Like, I think that's enough. It's time.
Right. Right.
I agree.
I think this is the boiling
Somebody, like, who's got to clean the blood off that shield? Somebody has to do it, and that's going to be a big problem.
Yeah, but then there's not just the blood to clean off the shield physically. There's the metaphorical blood to clean off the shield. You gotta
cover both of those.
Yeah. you gotta bring honor back to the name of Captain America, and who can do that but Sam Wilson?
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Also, the thing that I think I maybe mentioned it on the show. I know I made a TikTok about it, but the thing that makes me most mad about this episode is when this happens, Sam and Bucky run up behind him, and it appears like they are like on his team. And there's that earlier episode where he says, "Hey, it'd be a lot easier to be recognized as Captain America if I were, or be a good Captain America if I had Cap's wingman by my side." And then at the end,
Steve's wingman.
Yeah. As he's
both of them,
both of his best friends like run up behind Captain America as he's murdering this guy in the street, and it's just like, it looks to the world like they're on his side, and that makes me so mad.
At least they looked shocked and horrified. Like, you could definitely read that all over their faces.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Haley Hobbs says, taking the shield and title away from him wouldn't take away the fact that he took super soldier serum now. How would you handle that? Discharge does not take away his new superpower. And yeah, I keep forgetting that he freaking took it. Arr!
Oh yeah, no, if he, well, that's the thing, you'd have to bring him down. Like, he'd have to go go to the raft, I guess.
Oh, okay.
Well,
or kill him. One of those.
The video, that TikTok video that I watched, that I was sent, says that he would be subject to USMJ action, and he would get the firing squad. And I was like, damn, like, that's.
I think that is a fair assessment of like what happened, but I also don't see that going down that way because of the themes of this show. I have a feeling that he's going to get at least some backing from America, and it's going to take Sam and Bucky to like stand up to the government again, you know?
Again. Ugh.
Yeah. Let's get moving. We are 30 minutes in and one feedback in.
Yeah, good job. Good job, everybody. High fives.
Woo!
B.D. Washington, another patron, says, wow, so much in episode 4. Final scene reminded me when the Black Panther did not kill Claw when the whole world was watching. You nailed it on Walker taking the serum when given the chance. Based on the Zemo/Falcon exchange, I wonder if Falcon would be the only super soldier Zemo would welcome. Also, true to Wakandan form, for most of its history, the DM, the Dora Milaje, couldn't give 2 expletives. Maybe not an entirely fair assessment about everything else. They just want to bring Zemo to justice. That's a fair point. Like, they were very tunnel visioned about bringing Zemo to justice and not like seeing the global scale picture of like, this stuff is going to affect the world. And they're like, Zemo has already affected the world and us more than anything.
Right.
We got to bring him to justice.
Well, like, I would say that's not necessarily the Dora Milaje's job. The Dora Milajes are like the King's Guard, right? So I would say like this is the guy who killed the king, and it's their job to bring him to justice. I'm assuming if Wakanda has engaged the world as they said they have after Black Panther, that like they're involved with all this stuff. What's the committee called that they keep, the GRE? Is that it?
The
Global
GRC?
Repatriation GRC. Okay. Council. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, the GRC. I'm assuming the GRC and like is a multinational, international thing that's happening, and probably Wakanda. I think, right?
I would hope.
It's called global. I mean,
I mean,
It's called
we
global.
call the World Series a world thing.
Well, it's also got they've got posters in Latvia, so I feel like
she said that it was personal for them because they failed, and it was a disgrace for them that the king died while they were there,
right,
and they couldn't protect him.
Right. So I think that's not really the Dora Milaje's job. I feel like there's probably politicians all over from Wakanda, like probably fighting the same battles that the politicians from America are having. But like, also this battle between the GRC and this Flag Smashers does not seem so clear cut that Wakanda would be like that a soldier from Wakanda would just be like, I better get involved in this.
I have to do something.
Yeah.
Let me get in there. Okay. Jordan Pierce, another patron, says, you guys didn't mention the callback to Civil War where they get in the car with Zemo and when Sam gets in the back and says, you're not going to move the seat up, are you? It's so wonderful. I died. It's good stuff.
Great. Thank you for remembering that, Jordan. I think Jordan's in the live chat. Jordan!
Jordan!
It's helping me get some peripherals, too. Jordan, thank you. Yeah, so
it's an odd conversation.
Yeah, I'm sorry we didn't mention that. Totally right. I think that's a great callback. I loved it. Yep. And I love that this time it's the reverse, and it's just like no.
Yep, they're swapped. It was like
payback.
It's like they keep, I don't know. It's like they keep referencing, or they keep having little tiny Easter eggs to the previous things. Like, you've got the bad Easter egg of John Walker doing the shield into the chest, from Cap doing that to Tony. You've got the little tidbit of how Bucky gets his arm back and working, like doing the windmill. I can't do it with the mic.
Oh, I love it.
When he does the windmill thing from when he did it in the Winter Soldier. Like, good stuff all around.
Panty dropping.
Oh, that's funny.
Indeed.
John Litz, another patron, says, dudes, episode 4.
Hey.
Unreal. I love the dynamic between Walker and Bucky, especially when Walker is going to back up Sam. Lamar, in a way, was the moral compass for John, similar to how Steve was the moral compass for Bucky. While some people view Walker as the anti-Steve, in this case, he is also the anti-Bucky. Watching him transform from a good man in everyone's eyes to a cold-blooded murderer is the exact antithesis of Bucky in this series as well.
That's interesting. And it's interesting I'd love to have that explored. That's a really good point, the way they cross paths in their arcs.
Yep, they're doing this number. One's going up, one's coming down.
Yeah. So I'd love for, well, see, it's difficult because I'd love for Bucky to comment about the dark places John is going or something like that. Problem is Bucky was mind controlled, so it's a little different. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it wasn't his choice to go to those dark places.
Right, exactly.
So,
I don't know. A little different.
It's a touch different, but I mean, he could still connect with Walker on a personal level of like, I've been in those dark places. It may not have been my choice to go there, but yeah, I've been in those dark places. You have a choice.
Let's be clear. Let's be clear. I was forced to go. You went by choice. No, just to be clear, just to make it very clear.
Very clear. Like, I am better than you morally, but I need you to come up to my level.
So silly.
That's exactly how Bucky would tell it to him.
Yeah.
I am better than you, but you can try. You can try real hard. Please do.
So silly.
Anyway, another of our patrons, Caliber Explosion, sent us a message. Hello, true believers and nerds alike. I have a crazy off-the-wall theory about who our mysterious power broker might be. I think most of us are convinced that it's our homegirl Sharon, but to me, that's too obvious. Listen here. I believe the power broker is Isaiah.
What?
Before you start scratching your heads, hear me out.
Okay.
Isaiah didn't choose to be a super soldier, but to his misfortune, he was. And then Furthering his demise, he became a subject of experimentation to replicate the serum. Before the snap, Isaiah took it upon himself to rid the world of any future corrupted super soldiers, but unfortunately was probably dusted before he could finish his mission. During those 5 years of his absence, the serum was resurrected, quote unquote, and put Isaiah back 10 steps or so. When he reappeared, the Flag Smashers took the remaining samples from Isaiah because they want that unity that the snap created, which would push an old man like Isaiah to go out and try to stop the serum from spreading. This would explain when Sam and Bucky visit Isaiah, he has a personal bodyguard of sorts, meeting guests at the front door, and why when more questions arose, Isaiah forced Sam and Bucky to leave. It's a bonkers theory, but one I think could present itself beautiful if done correctly. Imagine if we find out Isaiah is the power broker, the defeat in his eyes when he finds out that John Walker has become yet another super soldier. It would be a heartbreaking scene to see him admit that he can't do this in his old age, fully giving permission to Sam and Bucky to regain the shield and put an end to the madness.
I like the off the wall theory. I think I wrote back to Caliber Explosion about this. I like the off the wall theory, but like I don't see any evidence for it. He mentioned the fact that he has a guard at the door. I think that was just his grandson. I don't think there was a guard.
Yeah,
right? I think it was just like a young teenager opening the door. I think that was just his grandson. And also, like, if he was the power broker of Madripoor, why is he living in like
Baltimore,
like a sort of kind of a crappy house in Baltimore, right? Like the power broker is someone with power and influence of a type that is different than a super soldier's power. His power, it was pretty clearly stated that his power is not that of like money and success. He was sent to prison for 30 years. Like his power is his actual strength, his physical power, but he does not have like socioeconomic power. At least that's the way his story has been told to us thus far. So I think it would be a really weird leap.
I think it would be too. As much as I like way out there theories, and let me tell you, I'm all about them. I'm your guy.
Yeah, we'll put it on the
Think
board.
this one's going on the board.
Well, we can put it on the board. It's fine.
I mean,
the board.
I'll put it in small text on the board.
It's an infinite board. If it happens, Caliber Explosion deserves credit. But I just don't think that I personally do not subscribe to the theory.
Okay, that's fair. The board is for everyone. The board's for everyone. I have to remember that. Equal board opportunity.
So silly.
We're an EBO podcast.
Oh God.
Okay. Oh man, stupid jokes aside, Alyssa sent us an email. Thank goodness I had a new episode of the Mighty Duck Show to watch as a chaser, because damn.
Yeah.
Oh man, people are actually watching the Mighty Ducks. All right. She says that episode of Fatwas had me shook. The entire episode crescendoed to that final moment, and I still was not ready for it. They peeled back the layers, exposing the fragility of Walker's mental state at every turn. Meanwhile, the methodology of Sam, empathy-driven and conversational, was showcased so beautifully in his initial meeting with Carly. These two men, Sam and John, stood in such stark moral contrast to one another, and Carly finds herself oscillating in between the two moral extremes, ultimately turning to brutality and viciousness with less and less hesitancy until it's too late. The shock on her face, actually seeing Lamar die, knowing she killed him, was chilling. And at that point, we knew Walker was gone. There was no reeling him back in, no hope of reform or redemption, and I still tried to plead with him, a desperate audience member, as he lifted the shield, saying out loud, don't you fucking dare use that shield to kill. That is not what it's for. And it was done. Bloodied, not by acts of valor, but by brutality. And I cried, mourning the loss of something too pure and too perfect for words, something akin to the innocence of youth. I think I was mourning Steve.
Oh, Alyssa, that was beautifully written. And what's the line in there's an MCU movie that I'm not thinking of where they say like they're talking about Steve, and it's like there's a reason his weapon is a shield. You know what I mean? Like he's not. His weapon is not. He uses a shield because he's not there to hurt you. You know, he's there to protect. Like that's his symbol. I feel like there's at least I've heard that talked about. And maybe it's not in a movie, but I feel like there's a line that I'm not coming to. Chat, help me.
I don't know.
We'll just say it's in Captain America: The First Avenger.
Yeah,
it's in there.
Not a perfect soldier, but a good man with a shield to protect you.
Yes, that's right. It's Erskine. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for helping me.
It's because you didn't hear it in that German accent.
That's it. No, but Alyssa, great feedback. I love all of that. And yeah, the dichotomy couldn't be clearer between Walker's punch it all and Sam's respect for everyone, even those he disagrees with. You know, he really does want Walker to do well, even, and I think he really wants. I think he really tries to talk to Walker. He really tries to talk to Carly. Like he's trying to show respect to all people and help them. But like,
except for Zemo. Because like at every turn, he reminds Zemo, "You're a criminal. You're going back to jail. As soon as we're done here, you're going back to jail."
Well, that's just true though.
yeah, he's just spewing facts.
There's a difference between like, just telling the truth and being cruel to someone.
But like on the plane when he was saying like, Trouble Man soundtrack. That's what Steve wrote down, and Zemo's like, "It's a masterpiece, James. You have to listen to it." Like he explains everything about it. He's out of line, but he's right.
He's correct. He's out of line.
I hate to be in agreement with this son of a bitch, but he's right.
This is the guy that tried
Every single thing he's been doing, I agree with, and everything he's been saying, I agree with. I'd be so easy to manipulate.
All you need
is just Daniel Bruhl would be pulling.
No, he had me on board. Like even when he went after Carly, I was like, okay, this makes perfect sense for his character.
For his character,
and then he's gonna get rid of all the stuff. Great, perfect. I'm like, I didn't count 20, but okay.
Ashley just
but,
needs
we definitely have to say there's some more vials out there, right?
Not that we know of.
It didn't look like 20. I'm telling you.
Well, no, there are 20 in total. They'd already used 8, so they only had 12 left.
Okay. I don't know. I think someone needs to sweep that room one more time.
I think we got some feedback about that actually. That was like there were 20 vials that the guy made. 8 were taken by these flag smashers. Okay. 1 was taken by Walker.
Wish.com.
Yeah, by Wish.com Cap, and we only saw Zemo smash. I think it was 9. But it was either 8 or 9, and they said in the message that there were 3 more that were unaccounted for, and they were like, "I'm just going to leave it at that. 3 unaccounted for."
Math.
I was like, "Oh."
It's because it didn't look like. Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, yeah. So you're very convinced by Zemo. All you need is that one Turkish delight, and you'd tip.
Yeah.
You'd be
he had me at champagne and airplanes.
Yeah.
So fuck that candy.
Ashley doesn't need the Turkish delight.
Can I wear your coat, babe?
Champagne and airplanes is her Turkish delight.
And I like scotch a lot.
She's got that Sokovian delight, you know what I'm saying?
Anyway.
The thirst continues. All right. Sir Falcon 38 on Twitter said, at MCUcast, John stabbing the guy with the shield was horrific. Steve almost did the same thing to Tony in Civil War, but unlike John, after using it like that, he dropped it versus John, who held onto it proudly. Steve good, John bad. Thank you. Thank you for putting it so black and white for us.
Thank you for that TED Talk, you know. That was wonderful. Steve good, John bad.
You know, I couldn't put it to words.
Yeah, I couldn't.
I'm glad somebody did.
I just couldn't find the way to find an eloquent way to say that, and he nailed it.
He nailed it. Like I'm dancing around it with all of the words I keep throwing out. I really just need to make it succinct, and there it is.
So silly.
All right. Let's see. Wes and Eric Bailey sent us an email. Hi, Ash, Matt, and Jeff. They put her first, Matt.
Of course they did. She belongs there.
Maybe
Okay,
it's just because it's an A. A is
Oh
always
yeah,
the
yeah,
first.
it's alphabetical, right? Except that J comes before M. This is bullshit. I'm last. Anyway.
That's the real problem.
Weston says, "Hi, Ash, Matt, and Jeff. I've had such a great time listening to your analysis, opinions, and theories about WandaVision and now Fatwas. I am definitely going back to listen to your archives and will be entertained to hear what you had to say about the great library of films in the MCU. I, like many of your readers,
Yeah, that was
Anyway,
weird.
listeners, escaped to the MCU to have a good time, but I also appreciate that Marvel has a tremendous chance to affect its huge audience in a way not many entities or individuals can. I'm a mental health worker, and I've been really touched by the thread of confronting mental health stigma that Fatwas has taken. Bucky going to therapy, still maintaining that tough guy exterior, really does speak to the truth of why getting proper mental health care is so hard for some people. Bucky busts pervasive stigma against seeking treatment by practicing the principles he discusses while meeting with Dr. Rayner out in the real world and validating their effectiveness. Bucky may be a super soldier, but even he has no chance of repairing his broken mind with anything but a notebook of names and occasional talk therapy. Sam may have that prickly exterior, but even as recent as episode 3, where he turns to the then Winter Soldier in the Madripoor bar and asks him if he's okay, there are many such examples of these two men caring for each other's mental health. The show is making clear that it's okay to talk about the stuff inside your head and normal for superheroes to get help. Let's do get help. Anyway,
Help.
I'm glad Marvel is even taking a jab at this issue by so effectively normalizing the conversation and treatment practices. If Bucky can go to therapy, then maybe one of Marvel's fans goes and gets the help that they needed, but were too afraid to ask for previously. Just as the hotly debated civil rights and racism topics are of central importance to the stand Marvel is taking with Fatwas, so too should this mental health discussion be at the forefront of the primary topic takeaways from the show. I hope to see that the emphasis of lines like Bucky's, "If he was wrong about you, then he was wrong about me," have on the larger picture of how crippling yet common mental health issues really are. Bucky's introspective look at his self-worth in that line is a healthy coping tool for his conflict and a foreshadowing clue that his unsettled mental turmoil will need to be healed before he can function at his best or most independent. Thanks again for all you do. Love you 3 times 10 to the 4th, Eric from the Woodland.
Thank you,
Love
Eric.
this email.
Eric, that was so much smarter than anything I've ever said in my life. Like, thank you for allowing me to sound that smart with the words like that coming out of my mouth. I feel like this is a great opportunity I have been afforded. I genuinely want to say thank you.
There was a lot in there, and I really loved it. And yes, very well stated and well said. But yeah, it's just a great point that, you know, we've talked a lot about the racial issues that the show's brought up and the socioeconomic issues and the immigrant issues, but like the mental health stuff is very real. And I'm proud that our generation is so okay talking about mental health, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
Are we?
much more so than previous generations. I don't know. I have a lot of friends who go to therapy and we talk about it.
I think it's taken for our generation, for the early millennials, the older millennials,
The elder
close to Gen X.
millennials.
Yeah, so the elder millennials. I think we're closer to being like very accepting of mental health discussion.
Right.
A lot of people, I would say more so than the previous generation, are going, but
Yeah.
still not enough. Like there's
Sure.
there's still a lot of people that are like, I don't know, man, I can't talk to somebody. I think part of the issue is that it's so damn expensive.
Yeah, that's a big problem.
Whole nother issue. Yeah, for sure.
And even with insurance, it's expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That made me think about something that you guys were talking about on the cast that I feel like upon a rewatch was a little bit more clear, but like Walker getting through Bucky to get to Carly and Sam, I saw it very clearly as him using that kind of mental, kind of like getting in Bucky's head, like he's like, do you really want his blood on your hands? Like your partner could be getting killed right now. Are you just gonna let that happen? And like just the look on Bucky's face, like I could just see a million scenes going through his head of things he's been through and this and that, like just kind of like broke him for a second. And he was like, no, I cannot have that happen to Sam. So I feel like he didn't expect him to go in and just kind of go crazy like that, but he definitely got in his head, and that's how he got by him, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. And
that's possible. Somebody else brought up it might have just been at the 10-minute mark, which is possible.
That was me.
Oh yeah, that was you.
Could have also just been the 10 minutes had passed.
Yeah,
he puts his hand on his chest and he's like, do you want one of his blood? He was like, oh, that hot Bucky face when he feels a little hurt and a little lost and just needs a friend, you know, when he's going through some trauma and he just needs a shoulder.
Okay.
I could be there. I know the face. I could zone in on it. Hurt, Poppy.
Don't take advantage of Bucky's trauma.
Oh, I would. I would take so much. Oh God. Oh my God.
So
I mean, like, do you want to talk, babe?
I do want to say about mental health and getting help. Therapy often is covered by insurance, though, and I just want to say that because some people you said it's also
not
expensive,
all.
right? Not all, but it is some. So don't let if you think you need it, and you should reach out to your insurance and check, because mine currently, I don't know how many sessions I get, but it's like $25 copay or something like that. So it's really not bad.
Must be nice.
So just wanted to yeah for sure. I just wanted to make sure other people out there that might have similar situations and may be able to get help if they need it. I didn't want us to put out there that it's always expensive, because sometimes it's not.
Yeah. Well, like mine. I looked earlier today for somebody to talk to, you know, and like it's $45 copay and like 100% coverage on the insurance, but like looking for providers in the network is like, here's somebody that's 45 miles away.
Right. I would. I would call someone you want to see and ask them if they take your insurance, because mine's the same way. My insurance, if I look on the in-network, there's like 3 in the Alabama, but then when I was talking to someone about seeing them, and they were like, oh yeah, I take that insurance, and for whatever reason they're not on I think the insurance websites just aren't very good.
Oh yeah, they're not.
My case. So I think you might can just call 100% and be like,
no, they're not.
do you take this insurance? And they're like, yes, I do.
Yeah, I tried that with a dentist at one point. It was like, do you guys take this insurance? Yeah, we do. And then I scheduled an appointment, and then like a week before the appointment, they're like, we were looking at your thing, and like your insurance is only accepted by one provider, and they're actually not here on Fridays. So I was like, what the?
Yeah,
that's American health insurance. Everybody, American.
Yeah,
we do good over here.
Jesus Christ.
Everywhere.
I had a similar thing happen at the dentist just a few months ago where I had to get a crown put on, and they were like, it's going to be this much. And I was like, okay, good, because it's the middle of the pandemic and I have no job and I need to pay that much. I can pay that much. Yeah. I'll get it done. And they did it, and then they were like, actually, it's going to be 3 times that. And I was like, after you did it? And so anyway, I called and talked to the manager, and I was like, listen, no. And they were like, and they did let me out of it, actually. Wow. Yeah. Have the crown back.
I'll come in. You can take it out, and you can go fuck yourself with it.
No.
All right. Sorry. Let's hit that. I think we got a couple more, maybe, or let's hit this one.
Yeah. We got Ryan Collins on an email. Said, "Hi, pandas. See, it groups everybody together. I can imagine I'm first.
Nobody has to feel last.
Yeah, nobody has to feel like last.
Oh, I meant to say.
How do you think I feel when people are like, "Hey, dudes"? I'm like, "Hey, brah."
That's you. You're a dude, though.
I'm a dudette.
You're a dude, bro. Okay.
I do want to say about Eric's feedback, actually. He talked about going to listen to the archives, and I feel since Ashley's his favorite, he's going to be very disappointed when he gets to the first 5 years and Ashley's not there.
The first 5 years, yeah.
Listen to the feedback ones. I'm in there. You'll hear my voice. You won't hear my voice, but you'll hear it like read through Jeff. Yeah, you know.
Jeff will channel Ashley.
I'm being my best
you used
conduit.
to do really good at it.
Well, Ashley, Jeff is nothing but if not an Ashley conduit.
Yep, I'm the conduit for the
My
the
plan
voice of
is
the people.
working. I'm taking over. They have no idea.
They'll think it was their idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love your evil laugh so much. It's so good.
It comes so naturally.
I don't know
It
why.
does seem
That's
to.
so crazy.
It does seem to.
Born with it.
Maybe
Certainly
she's
not
born with
Maybelline.
it. Maybe it's evil.
Mephisto.
Maybe it's Agatha.
Mm.
I like how we all went different directions with that.
Yeah.
Anyway, Ryan Collins says, "Hi, pandas. I was wondering what your opinion is about my friends and my discussion we had after watching this week's episode. My friend thinks John Walker is the big bad of the show, and I disagree. I think it's Zemo. My question for you is, do you think John is a villain or just a troubled person trying to do the right thing in the worst possible way, and could all of this be avoided? I feel like maybe, just maybe, John going off the rails could have been avoided. In episode 2, John got some sympathy points when we wanted... In episode 2, John got some sympathy points when he wanted to team up with Falcon and the Winter Soldier, but both of them weren't having it. Both of them were jerks to him because he was the new Cap, but it's not totally his fault. The government should have picked Sam or even Bucky, but then went with John, and that's on the government, not John. John seemed like he tried to make his own Avengers team, but only got Battlestar to join him. He seems like the new kid on the team who got rejected and is trying to make his own team while trying to make the old team jealous. Also, everyone I see online, not just straight at Panda Chat, but all over, is mad at John for killing the Flag Smasher with Cap's shield, but we overlook a few scenarios in the MCU. Tony created Ultron, which caused the death of tons of people. Wanda kidnapped a whole town. Thor chopped off Thanos' head after Thanos killed most of his friends. And Peter sicking Edith on his classmate. Okay, the last one was a joke, but the point is, I definitely agree that John needs to change his way, especially if he wants to keep the mantle of Cap, but I feel like he should have gotten a chance instead of just being judged right away. He reminds me of a lamer Deadpool. He does bad things and does it for the right reason. I mean, he killed a guy because his best friend got killed. I know 99% or 99.9% of people would say they'd never do what John did, me included, but most of us, I hope, would never have been in that situation, and I hope no one ever will be. So it's easy to judge as an outsider and say he's out of line. I don't know. I'm not convinced that Walker's a bad guy. He is to the Avengers as Deadpool is to the X-Men. Just wondering on your thoughts about all this, and I'm sorry for the long email. I tried to sum up a 3-hour discussion into 3 paragraphs. Feel free to shorten this if you feel like it's too long. Great job, and love you all 3,000.
Man, I think...
Tony, Wanda, and Ultron didn't wink at me like a giant douche nozzle. That's what it... all he did was that, and I was like, I hate you.
That's fun.
Ryan, like, the big bad of the season's the system, man. It's the system.
It's just the system,
System's
man.
always been the big bad.
The system. It's
behind
the
it
system.
all.
But no, in seriousness, I think it is. Like, I think it's the system. I think that, like... And I also think it's extremism, right?
Yeah, I think it's extreme adherence to, a particular set of rules that are not necessarily good for every person. Like, there's no nuance in it, and when some people are hurting and other people are doing okay, like, you need to focus on the people that are hurting and do something to help them, but that's not what's happening here.
Right.
And
well, I guess I mean, because Carly is the opposite side of that coin. She is focusing on the hurting, but she's doing it to the degree that she is hurting others.
Right.
Right. So, like, I think what we're going to end up with, and I don't know how I feel about this, and it really depends on how they execute it, is this show is about extremism. It's like these two people are on opposite sides of the coin, and they're not willing to look across and see who the other person even is. You know what I mean? And I think that's like very accurate of what's going on in the world today. And I think that is what this show is trying to like I think they had to rewrite this show after COVID hit, and it was about a pandemic originally, and they rewrote it and they did a lot of new things. And I think that like the way that our country was divided through this time probably informed the way that they're like navigating these characters now in this new formation of the story. And like, it's about two characters who are going drastically opposite directions, and now Sam is trying to be a reasonable human being in the middle. And I think that's what it's about, but I don't know.
Paul Hoppy's in Madman in the chat. Like, I just looked over at what he said. He says fight was confirmed centrist propaganda.
All I want to do is read Zen Man Man's.
Thank you, Paul. Yeah, you guys, everyone follows in Madman on Twitch too.
He also says, but Deadpool's got personality, and personality goes a long way. Quote, Nick Fury.
Well, not Nick Fury per se, but close enough. Close enough.
Shh. Don't burst my bubble.
Okay, no, yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
It does. And that's the thing. I think that John Walker gets a lot of hate, like Ashley just said, from that wink and like that first appearance. And it's most of that is not a good reason to hate him. Him bashing someone's skull in on those steps with Cap's shield and sullying his memory, like that may be a reason to hate him. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like he just now is doing, like, he acted like a douche, but a lot of that was bravado.
Maybe?
What's that?
I think. Oh, Ashley froze for a second.
Oh, gotcha.
I'm not talking. It's okay.
Oh, okay. Okay. A lot of that was a lot of his, like, things he said that were sort of rough were like just his bravado and him trying to live up to a role there's no way to live up to, you know? And I think I have some sympathy for him in a lot of that stuff. But like,
I don't know.
He's
though.
a jerk.
He's a dick, and that's.
I agree.
Yeah,
but that's no reason that like
BVK said, and Haley Hobbs just quoted him in chat. He's a douche canoe.
Yeah.
Like
he's
a
definitely
whole canoe of douche.
Yeah. Yep. I get it. He is, and I think like they're very deliberately made in that way. But like, this is the first thing he's done, maybe the first that is
when he sprung Bucky from the Baltimore prison, or not prison, from the Baltimore jail,
right?
When the cops had him, and he's like, "Who do you think got him out?" And he like motions to himself, like, "Come on, praise me!" Like, no, man,
conceited.
No, man,
I totally
I'm
agree.
not gonna praise you for that. Get the hell out of here. And then when they walk outside and he uses the alarm from the cop car to signal them, like, "Hey guys, come on over here." Like, oh my God, are you kidding me? Like, no.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like this guy
at all. Just aren't likable. No matter how hard they try.
Because he looks like Carl from Up in a helmet. It wasn't that, although it didn't help.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well,
everybody keeps saying that. Have to Google it.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. All right. Well, anyway. In answer to Ryan's question, I don't think he is the big bad, although he may be the big. Often in these movies, there's a big physical bad and there's a big sort of like thematic bad that they're facing. Like, so they have to
say emotional, but that's not the right term.
Right. I almost said like intellectual, which is also not the right term. It's like thematic. Like there's Doctor Strange has to fight Caecilius, but he has to beat Dormammu by removing his self-love from the situation, like becoming humble and dying, you know? Like that's over and over again. Being willing to sacrifice himself. That's the arc of that movie. Almost all these movies, there's a physical battle, and when they're done right, there's a physical battle, but there's also a thematic victory that has to happen. And I think that he may be the final fight in this show. I feel like that might make the most sense, because for the new Caps to fight this intermediate Cap or whatever.
Yeah.
But I don't think he's the thematic bad, if that makes sense.
Okay. I feel like Wish.com Cap is too long. Dollar General Cap is too long. Mm-hmm. What about Rebound Cap?
Ooh.
That's just as
long. It's one less syllable, but
okay, whatever.
But yeah, sure. I like.
He wouldn't even be my rebound. Like,
well, he's America's Rebound. They chose him.
Not all of America. We didn't all pick it. We did not all pick him.
I didn't vote for him.
Sam's sister. Do not speak for me.
Just ask Sam's sister. That's right.
Anyway,
I like Great Value Cap personally.
Government shell. Yeah.
I like Dime Store Cap a lot.
Dime Store Cap is fun. I feel like that's just an insult though, because like he feels like, you know, this isn't the Cap that you're going to marry, right? This is just the Cap to get your rocks off, kind of clear yourself out of that last Cap relationship, right?
No.
Right.
He's got those crazy eyes. Listen, when
he's got
that actor in real life, he's a good-looking man. He looks just like, this is nothing against him. I'm speaking only to the character, so nobody take this wrong. When I'm making the jokes about him, I'm just talking about the character. He's got the crazy eyes. He's twitchy. He obviously has anger problems. The way he signed that thing for the little girl, like, you haven't been Captain America long enough for that to bother you. Get over yourself. He just, he's that guy at the bar that I would like be like, we're leaving if he even looked at me. Girls, we're going.
I think a lot of that, though, is him playing the role that he thinks he's supposed to be playing. Like, a lot of the stuff he does, I think he's playing the role of Cap that he thinks he's supposed to be.
He lied saying that he studied Cap then, because he's not doing anything.
Who's the lady that was there at the beginning of episode 2 that was talking to him in the locker room that he, like, there seemed to be a relationship there. Like, she said that she loved him. He said, I love you too.
Yeah, I thought that was his wife. From what
that's what I was thinking too. Like, I thought that was his wife or girlfriend or like long-term relationship, something.
Mm-hmm.
But like, we haven't seen her since then. Like, what's she gonna think of all this?
Yeah, there's been a...
What is she gonna think of what John did?
I was just listening to them over on Superhero Ethics, their discussion of this week's episode, and they were talking a lot about how, like, those first 2 episodes started a lot of storylines that, like, feel like they were supposed to be important to the show and feel like that was the show, and then these 2 have been Madripoor battle fight scene things, which these 2 were directed by the John Wick director, isn't that right?
Ooh, I love that.
Or
everybody's in the chat is freaking. That is his wife, Olivia Walker. He wears a ring.
Okay.
That's his wife. That's his wife. We got it, guys.
Cool. Thank you. I didn't catch it. I didn't catch that he had a ring, and I didn't hear them say wife in the episode. But I just heard a lot of people saying that she was his wife.
I don't look at his hands.
Show.
I don't care if he's married.
Paul says written and directed by John Wick guy.
Right. And like,
that's awesome.
I really love these 2 episodes. The Super Ethics guys did not, but I get what they're saying, that the vibe, or like, at least I think it was Paul, who is Zen Madman in the chat,
Paul.
didn't like these as much, and I think these episodes were awesome. These are what I want from the show. I love this, but I
like
get
action.
I do too, but I get why. Actually, I don't like action unless it's motivated, and I feel like all of the action so far has been well motivated. But I think that those first 2 episodes do feel like a very different show. You know what I mean? There's a lot of things, but I think the idea is a lot of those things they set up, like the sister. This is me responding to the Superhero Ethics podcast I was just listening to, not really what was going on right now. But I think a lot of those storylines in the first episode, like the sister and Nori and the therapist, all that stuff, his amends, I think that is all going to come back in the end, and the experiences they're going through now are going to lead to some sort of resolution. Those are all their sort of personal character arcs they're sort of setting up. But it is weird because they're off on this journey, they're not touching in on those things at all, and so we're just leaving those plot lines behind for 2 full episodes. It does feel a little off kilter.
There's just so much more important stuff going on, and we don't have a lot of time.
Yeah.
I want to correct the thing that was said about the John Wick person. Derek Kolstad wrote last week's episode and this week's episode, but the whole series is directed by Kari Skogland.
Okay, so he wrote it.
Derek Kolstad only wrote 2 episodes, right?
Interesting. I heard the write and direct thing too, and it really made a lot of sense, especially that Sharon Carter fighting. Felt very John Wick. Very John Wick.
It did.
Yeah. And the Dora Milaje scene felt very John Wick.
When did she become Black Panther? or Black Widow? He said Dora Milaje at the same time, and it totally messed me up.
Sharon Carter will be the new Black Panther.
No, he didn't.
I don't think that's
about white women taking over. I'm here.
Talk about white privilege.
They get a Starbucks there immediately. There you go, Okoye.
Wow, you just offended literally everyone.
I could say it. I'm one of them.
Okay, let's we're going to take a quick break because we are at that time, and then we're going to check in with the live chat and see what everybody's been saying. We'll be right back after this ad we have no control over. Click. All right. You got some stuff for us, Ash? We'll get back on the show. Oh gosh, gotta sneeze. Oh no, what did I do?
Like 8.
Look at the light.
Don't think about it.
Can't help it. It's so tickling my nose. By the way, thank you all you guys in the chat for sticking around, and thank you for everybody who's watching YouTube and Twitch. Really makes a big difference for us growing on these platforms. So thank you. And especially YouTube, we're so close to that monetization window. I'm really curious. I can't wait to report to everyone that we made like $6.
Woo! YouTube dollars. It's a big deal.
Yep.
I feel like it is.
I want that diamond play button behind me. We're gonna get there someday.
A big diamond play button on your neck, around your neck.
Oh yeah, just wear like a
like a chain,
like a Flavor Flav.
Okay, are we ready to jump back in? Okay, here we go. And we're back.
We're back.
Ashley. Oh, I'm sorry. Let's do that again with Ashley on the screen. Sorry about that.
Okay.
That's okay.
I messed it up. Here we go.
I fucked it.
Oh, you fucked it.
I fucked it.
Dude, you fucked it.
And we're back.
And we're back.
And we're back.
All right. What is happening, Ashley? Welcome back. Thanks for rounding up all the feedback for us. You got some feedback to throw from the live watch of the podcast here?
Thrilled to be here, fellas. Let's dive in. Aaron Deming on YouTube says, how crazy is our Steve being the power broker theory? I guess he means like Cap. He could be undercover as a villain to weed out the real villains. No one would recognize Old Man Cap. They would just think it was Joe Biden. I edited that.
I love that. I love that like he uses his status as Old Man Cap because nobody knows he's old. Nobody knows he aged because nobody knows about the time travel to be the power broker. And he's like in, whatever, stopping crime in Madripoor or something.
Yeah, he watches them run by like, there go my boys. My boys.
There goes my boys.
Proud smile.
Oh, man.
Oh,
Proud Old Man Cap is just like, it's a mood I never knew I needed in my life. Like, there's my boy. He's a good one. Like, just tell me you're proud of me. Tell me you're proud of me, Old Man Cap, please. I need it.
That is all I need, is Old Man Cap's approval. That's great. I also heard someone saying the theory that could be Fury could be the power broker.
That sounds like something he would do.
I don't think he'd be. Yeah, the texts are sound very much like a Samuel L. Jackson text. The ones that Carly's been getting. I'm gonna kill you. I kill you.
Yeah, and like. Fury is probably in space though, so it's unlikely. But Fury is also the guy who like put together the Avengers, so it would make sense if he's like trying to put together a super team that him and Sharon, who worked together last we saw them, would be out working. Could be Maria Hill, could also be power broker.
I need Maria Hill for my fantasy roster. Let's do that.
We really got to get the fantasy draft. And get it to go wider soon. We got to talk about that. We haven't talked about it on the show, but we've been doing this fantasy draft where we draft characters, and then if they show up in series, we get points. And we're gonna try to talk to Zoo about making it for more pandas.
I like it.
I like it a lot.
Okay, next
we need a broader net cast.
Yeah.
I'm like, I haven't even looked at that since we picked up our things. I am not good at this game. I haven't looked at it once. Sorry, Zoo. Okay, Hera JK says, I feel like this whole season is to prove Sam wrong, that he is the Cap we need, and that it's a great message.
Yeah.
I love that. How wholesome.
How wholesome.
Indeed.
It's good though, because like it feels like Sam needs convincing. Like he's still in that space of like there can never be a Cap like Steve Rogers, and that's not necessarily what we're looking for. We're not looking for somebody to be a Cap like Steve Rogers. We're looking for somebody to be a Cap that would be approved by Steve Rogers. You know?
We're looking for the elements that make Steve Rogers, not necessarily the exact same person, you know?
Right. If we wanted that, we'd just clone him.
Oh, can they?
Can they send Ashley one?
Can I have that?
Please. I'll never leave my house again. I quit, guys. No.
Can't do the podcast.
I'm busy.
Bye. It's just frazzled all the time. looking real pale and thin.
Discussion about
there,
Sharon and her satellite.
What's that?
Really?
No, like you would be looking pale if you never left the house again because you were.
But
with
thin though, right?
Steve.
Yeah.
But thin.
Lose a lot of weight. As long as thin was at the end of that, I'm fine with it. Anyway. Yeah, I need it. Spark Sam 85 says, any discussion about Sharon and her satellite?
I
think it's Fury. I think she's working for Fury. I'm just going to put that out there now.
I don't know.
I don't know about Fury. I feel like he's in space, it's probably not him. But, I mean, he could easily be communicating from space.
Satellites are in space.
Space.
Good point.
It all goes back to space. If you guys look at the digital whiteboard that we've got for the MCUcast, like there's this big swath of like everything that was WandaVision related, and then like everything has arrows back to space in big text on the left side. Like it all works its way back to space.
That's pretty wonderful.
Okay. Oh God, how do I say this? I feel like I've said it before, and I'm just going to butcher it. Gusto Hatthird. Anyway, I wonder if we'll get to see a weird situation of Sam being forced to defend John Walker if they choose to kill him for the murder.
Ooh, man, that would be rough.
Would he defend him? I don't know.
So okay. It was close.
I don't know that he would
He'd
defend
be
him.
like, headshot. No, that's more Bucky. Me and Bucky are on the same page.
I don't know that he would delight in it, but I do think that like if it was the law, that Sam wouldn't necessarily go against it. He would like fight for his life. Maybe.
I think Sam would see that as what it is, where somebody watched something traumatic that, like their best friend got killed right in front of them. They watched something traumatic like that happen and then reacted in a very negative way.
Right.
And I think Sam would see that as PTSD, or, just any of the myriad of things that it could have been, and would want to work with him like he does all the other vets that he's worked with.
Right. I agree, but like and like I'm not saying I'm pro doing this, but I think that Sam, if like the American government said you committed a war crime and the punishment is death, he would probably not. I don't see him like breaking him out to save him. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
No, yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
I don't think Sam would break him out to save him, but I think he would definitely
stand up
back
for him. Yeah, I definitely
stand up
see that
for him against the system.
Yeah, for sure.
Like he doesn't need to die. He needs therapy.
Like, think about it.
Yeah,
like
his counseling stuff will take over.
Right.
He's kind of working.
Then we get that counselor back.
Mm-hmm.
He's kind of working within the system now, but if you think about it, like every scenario we've seen Falcon, he's always been like bucking the system. Like
bucking.
Yeah, bucking. In Winter Soldier, he and they were on the run and they went to his house to get his help. And then in Civil War, obviously, they're on the run. And yeah, it's just like Falcon has always been like against the American government in every movie we've seen him in.
Yeah.
Okay. Like I feel like there's a caveat that needs to be thrown out there, is that it's not necessarily that Sam has been against the government. He's more been for in favor of nuance, in favor of, doing the right thing.
Oh, I
depending
agree
on the situation.
I agree, but
not just like strictly against the government.
No, but
most
like
of the time the government or a government agency has been doing the wrong thing around him.
I'm just saying that we've really only had him in 2 movies. We had and both of those 3 movies, I guess, with Infinity War, and all 3 and Endgame, of course. But like in all of them, he's like kind of he ends up on the opposite side of the government because Steve has been that way for the last while, and he was just doing what Steve does but slower. I'm not like saying it's bad. He shouldn't do that. I'm just saying like
just the way that you said it had a possibility of a really bad connotation.
Right. I'm not saying he's like a traitor. I'm saying he's like, the government has been messing up.
Sam Wilson's always on the wrong side of the government.
Well, yeah.
Rebel.
Yep. I get the only time I guess we've seen him like not on the run, like literally not a fugitive. The only time was when he fought Ant-Man that time.
Yeah.
That's like the only time he wasn't a fugitive. That's all I'm saying.
He was in Ultron for a minute at the party.
Oh yeah, that's true. He was not a fugitive at that point.
There was that scene at the end of Ant-Man though. Like it wasn't long between like the bulk of Ant-Man and the ending of Ant-Man for Sam to be on the run again, because like he was at Avengers headquarters, right, in New York, in upstate New York, and then like by the end of it, he's like, I'm looking for a guy that shrinks, and he had on the standard Marvel incognito outfit of like ball cap, just sunglasses, and he was looking for a guy that shrinks.
Yeah. Okay, Ashley, you got anything else?
Yes.
Throw out a couple more.
I have about 4 more if we want to just
rush that's good.
through. Lee Waters says, any thought on who our mystery award-winning performer playing a notable Marvel character who is debuting next week will be? I kind of hope it's another Paul Bettany situation where it ends up being an Alpine the cat. I don't know.
Paul Bettany is White Vision. Nailed it.
I hope so.
Well, except this
Has
show
he won an award?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Have.
This show was originally supposed to air before, though, so I don't know if it would be White Vision.
Oh, yeah, it's true. Or maybe they fixed it since.
Yeah, it could be, but it seems like they kept a lot. They did. You can tell by a lot of the scenes that they kept most of the stuff they did, because like there's all these like weird angles and cuts where you can tell they edited something out, and it's like they edited the dialogue to change. So I don't think they did any new fight scenes or anything. I don't think, but maybe in the last episode or something.
This is still happening. Roughly 5 months after the events of WandaVision.
Okay.
I mean, I'm saying like White Vision's out there.
Right, White Vision exists.
He's
but
probably not going to show up.
If he had shown up in the original cut, it would have spoiled White Vision for the WandaVision is what I'm saying. Like it's not that it's not that he can. It's just that originally they wouldn't have had it air that way. Now they could have added him, but I just kind of doubt it.
Doesn't look like he's won an Oscar, so I don't know.
Gusto the Third
it's an Academy Award.
Gusto the Third says Betty White is the power broker. I would love that so much. That woman is a legend.
I have no idea, and I'm gun shy of speculation. I really am. I have no idea who's going to show up. Who do you think it'll be? Who do you think it'll be? Well, is it the power broker? The power broker is going to be the cameo?
Be somebody famous. Yeah, I hope so. I'd feel pretty let down if we get out of this and we don't find out that the power broker is somebody we've met already or somebody super famous. Like
the power broker is Justin Hammer.
You think they're going to bring Rockwell back? I'd love that. And he's won a lot of awards.
Really hope they're going to bring Rockwell back. And I think he'll be back for Armor Wars. I'm really hopeful anyway.
Me
but
too.
like,
Didn't they say that it's not somebody who's been in the movies already?
Oh, I don't know that.
Oh,
I think that's what I've read. I've tried to avoid the whole like speculation engine because like
Right.
I was very guilty of it in WandaVision.
It got us in trouble last time.
And yeah, I mean, I might have taken us down a rabbit hole or two, but
what
you? No, I don't do that. But I gotta say, Al Pacino is the power broker, is Mephisto. There you go.
Oh, there we go.
I like
there
it.
it is.
I love it. I
so
love it.
you got a call, Ashley? You wanna throw out somebody you think it is?
Award-winning actor. Everybody has been in these movies or is coming up in these movies.
Right.
Like they already took Russell Crowe.
It's really
and Christian
hard.
Bale. Yeah, I'm gonna say Tom Hanks, and I don't.
Ooh, Tom Hanks as the power broker.
Oh God, that would be so good.
I want him to play.
Tom Hanks is always that like blank slate everyman, like such a swell guy, you know?
Yeah.
Like to see Tom Hanks dive into a role where he gets to be this like menacing bad guy.
Yeah.
Oh, I'd love it.
Yeah.
I'd love that.
I'm going to effing kill you, heart face.
I love it. That's a good ridiculous call. I like it a lot. What else we got in the chat?
JC Levito on YouTube says, just thinking, will all of the hate happen to John Walker if he does not have the shield anymore?
I said it
depends on his attitude.
I said it in the first episode or two. I think the amazing arc would be is if we start to show the way we feel about Cap, and then by the end we all love him. And like, even though it'd be even a crazier arc if after he's done what he's done, they somehow find a way to rehab the character. Like maybe he realizes what he did was wrong. He gives up the shield by choice, like, hands it over, like forces himself to be prosecuted, but that's probably a dream. I have a feeling he's gonna that his
he
military
hands the shield to Sam, pulls out a uniform that's fitted just for Sam.
Yeah.
Is the Cap uniform. It's like, I've been holding on to this all along.
This belongs to you.
Yeah.
And then I'll forgive him.
If he gives it to Sam and then like goes to do charity work to try to redeem himself,
my captain.
I would be okay with that.
Yeah. Fair enough.
I don't know. He has to get some punishment for what he's done, but like there's a way to rehab that character. Yeah,
50 lashings.
Somebody said in one of the feedbacks that I had to cut out. By the way, we had tons of feedback, and I'm sorry that we didn't get to more of it. We got to as much as we could, but there was some feedback saying that like they would like him to turn into like a Frank Castle type character, a super soldier who's out to, do things wrong for the right reason.
Yeah, we're really not talking about how big of a problem that is. Like we keep kind of bringing it up, but not really sitting on the fact that, oh shit, he's a super soldier now. You can't like just arrest him. He's a big problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like not only is he a super soldier, he's a super soldier that's like super off the deep end.
Yeah. Cuckoo. Somebody get that shield.
And he does not seem to be upset about the way things went either. Like the way he puts the shield back on.
I don't think he's going to care about it. He's going to be like, here, take your piece of shit. And just be like, I'm a super soldier now. I don't need it. Anti-Cap. Oh, that's what he's going to be now. Anti-Cap.
It's like, I'm not Captain America. I'm U.S. Agent.
Yeah.
Cool name, bro.
That sounds like a comic book character, idiot.
What you got, Ashley?
The last two are kind of similar. Nadia's Gaming. I'm sorry if I'm saying that wrong. And Vermilion. I'm just having a hard time reading this tonight, guys. I'm sorry. All right. Natasha released everything to the public. Isaiah's got to be in that stuff. I suppose if you don't dig, you won't uncover anything. But I'm curious if his existence will be brought into the public light before passing on the shield. And Nadia's Gaming said, do you guys think that Isaiah's storyline is done for the show? Was his scenes just planting the seed for a later show?
I mean, I want to say that it's absolutely planting the seeds for young
Avengers.
Young Avengers. I was going to say Young Justice. Yeah. Like, that show's already done. But like, I really think that he's part of the planting the seeds for Young Justice. Damn it, I said it.
Yep.
For Young Avengers, so that we can have Eli, carrying on the legacy of his grandfather, right?
Right.
Of trying to be patriot, super soldier, whatever, and lead a team. But that, I wonder if that might lead us to like, because like Eli was shown to not actually have gotten his powers from blood transfusion from his grandfather. It was mutant growth hormone that he was taking.
Right.
And because it was mutant growth hormone, they could lead us to mutants.
Yeah, I don't think
X-Men.
that's how we're getting to mutants.
I don't think it's going to go there.
I think if they do the transfusion storyline, I think that'll just be his new origin story in this version. Like half the people who talk about Patriot, that's what they say anyway. When I hear him talking, like I've heard a lot of, he got his powers from a transfusion from his, like I've heard that on multiple YouTube channels, which I think the mutant growth hormone thing that you find out later is like, it's kind of a retcon, and I think they could just ignore that retcon completely, and it would be fine. Like,
yeah, but it's like it's a little, I don't know. It kind of takes away from, or it takes that info, or that, damn it, takes inspiration from the Jennifer Walters origin with She-Hulk.
Right, which is coming.
It's like
so
the exact same thing.
Right. There was also some feedback.
Yeah, I can't do it twice.
Just to throw it out, like that. Now that all the vials have been destroyed, if that's the case, and the power broker wants more, like they may have to go back to Isaiah,
Oh no, leave that old man alone. He's been through enough.
They're going to try to kidnap somebody. Oh, maybe they'll get Walker.
Oh,
maybe Walker will join up with the power broker and be like, take my blood. Let's make an army.
Oh, gross.
Oh,
I'll lead your army.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like would he want more people to have the power because he believes like, we need more American soldiers who can do this, or is he sort of like maniacal in a way that he wants the power for himself and no one else,
I see him doing that only if he like gets discharged dishonorably and like kicked out, and he's like, well, screw you guys, I'm gonna go join with the bad guys. If he's still in the service of the government, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't know. Was there any more, or was that the last one?
That's it.
All right. Well,
good feedback.
Lots of good stuff to talk about. Like, I don't even know where we go from here. I don't know what next week's going to look like. This shook the show up so much. This shielding that was done at the end.
Oof.
Like, I'm like, what? Where do we go from here? I have no idea.
Trial.
Yeah, just like,
get that shield.
Do we go on trial? Do they have to turn on Cap? Like, is America going to support Cap? In which case, like, I don't know what that means, like, geopolitically and like.
What does that say about America?
Yeah, it really they are going into some like very interesting places, and I am excited to see what these last two episodes do. Like, really, really excited.
Me too.
Same.
Yeah. All right,
so let's get there. I'm gonna go hibernate until Friday.
That sounds great. Let's take a 4-day nap. And thank you for joining us.
Wait. I can't on Thursday. I got my second shot for the vaccine.
Oh, I got mine on Tuesday. Woo!
More importantly, Trivia Wednesday.
Oh yeah.
Oh right. Trivia Wednesday. That's true. More importantly,
right here on twitch.tv/StrandedPandaTV.
That's right. So if you don't know,
and on YouTube now too, kind of.
Yeah, if you don't know, we do MCU trivia every Wednesday night. Twitch.tv/StrandedPandaTV, where you actually play in the chat. It's real easy. You just sign up for a free account, play right in the chat, and we give away prizes and stuff. It's super fun. It's super fun.
It's super fun.
Super duper
it's
fun.
Like my favorite night of the week. We all hang out, we drink too much, and we party after trivia. So come join us, hang out.
It's a good time.
It is a good time. It's a very good time. And we'll be back soon. By the way, thank you for so many new patrons. We got a lot of new patrons the last few weeks. A lot of people in support of us breaching certain topics and stuff, and like that that means a lot, because we did get a lot of negative feedback from that too. But like,
our 1-star review count has shot up.
Yeah, we had like 1 or 2 1-star reviews, and now we have like 15 or something. So give us a 5-star review if you think about it, and thank you to all the new patrons. We're gonna start probably next week, start reading some of those patron names out and thanking everybody on the cast, because we have not done that lately. Well, we're supposed to do it, and we used to do it every month, and then things have been crazy lately. But
so much content.
So much content. We'll be back soon. Peace.
Until next time, true believers.
Bye.
Well.
He's been quiet for 2 hours.
It was exactly. It was perfect. You have to leave that.
Oh yeah, let's leave it. That's staying in.
I literally make dogs bark. He heard me.
All right, stopping the recording.
That was good shit.
That was good.
It was funny.
Let's see how hot my laptop is. I think I want to take this laptop back.
Are you?
I think so.
Is it the new one?
Yeah, I got a laptop that was recommended that it might do everything I needed it to do, but I think it's not going to. I think I'm going to need to go get... well, it was when we didn't know how much the crowdfunding campaign was going to make as well. So Zoo recommended a slightly cheaper laptop that he was like, this one's going to be really fast. And it is. It seems like it is. But, like, I think this just doesn't have enough RAM. And, like, it is so hot right now. doing all the stuff that it's doing. And I literally...
I'm having a similar problem.
Oof. I called Apple and I was like, okay, so I hear this laptop might do what I needed to do. Here's what... And I explained it to them. And they were like, yeah, it should. And I was like, cool. Well, if it doesn't, what is your return policy?
Yeah. They're like, what?
Let's see. What's happening in the chat? Everybody, are we... I guess, I know Ashley normally goes on to bed.
Yeah, he's out.
I don't know if anybody wanted to hop on and play a Code Names or something.
So my Twitch just was not working the whole time. Like, I could read the chat, but my video just kept going out. And then a little thing was coming up like, you should probably close this window so your computer works better. I'm like, that's new.
That's a bummer.
Yeah.
That is a bummer.
But as long as it didn't seem like it was affecting anything.
Seemed to be fine. I'll see when I get your recording. Sometimes, like, Jeff's computer was going crazy a couple weeks ago because he had too much going on, and like it ended up putting weird pauses in a bunch of the stuff, which was not good.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Hopefully,
I've been watching my processor lately with the new processor, motherboard, and RAM.
Yeah,
and it has been great. Like, it is at the highest I've seen it at. Like the total CPU percentage right now is the highest I've seen it at, and it's at 23%.
Wow. Yeah. That's the thing. My processor right now says 27%, which it doesn't seem that bad, but the computer gets really hot. And the other day when I was doing the editing and stuff, like it really started to like lag up a little bit toward the end of the edit. So I'm gonna do that once I get y'all's audio, and Hey, I guess I'm going to throw a Zoom link in. I don't know if you feel like hanging out, Jeff, but...
All right, kiddos.
Bye, Ashley.
Bye, it was fun.
You're the best. It's great to see you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. I have a million things to close. I'm not even anywhere close to it. There we go.
Man, when we keep it to an hour and a half, I still have energy afterwards. When we do like 2.5 hours, I'm like... I can't do a Zoom call or hang out anymore. I'm so tired. Jeff, you turned huge.
That's what I do.
It's not your fault. It's Ashley hung up, and so I'm dropping a Zoom link in both the YouTube and Twitch chats. If anybody wants to join in and play a game or something, we can do it.
Are you saying Ashley made me huge?
I said nothing of the sort.
Okay.
I'm gonna sit over to this view. Anybody want to join? Oh, looks like a Jeff wants to join. Jeff joins. What's happening, Jeff? Oh, Jeff's not
Transition
there.
successful.
Transition successful. Move to Zoom. Move to Zoom successful. Oh my goodness. So yeah, if anybody wants to hop in the Zoom chat, feel free to join us. We're gonna hang out, maybe play a game or something. I know you're working on all kinds of stuff for the bots. I really like the idea of the bot we talked about where you just can pick teams and just like have them do a poll. I really want that.
Yeah,
that seems super fun.
That has like spawned more things that I have planned.
Hey,
one of the things that I thought of today is like that $1 million shower thought, basically.
Right.
Was to have a chessboard overlay on the video where everybody can vote what they want the next move to be by clicking and dragging or whatever, and like it tallies the votes, and then like after a certain amount of time it does that move, and then the streamer responds with their move.
That's interesting. Yeah, it's interesting. I don't know. I feel like chess might be a hard one though, because it's so think ahead, like mob think seems like the worst way to play chess.
It could be fun. I could also there's also the ability to pick,
it could be fun,
or like only take responses from a particular logged in individual, whoever is.
Right. Yeah, that could totally work.
So they could set it to like only this person can make moves or do the thing, and like you're basically playing against that one person.
Right.
As the streamer.
Yeah. What's happening, Rob?
What's up, homie? How you doing?
Oh man, not much. Not bad. I just drove 10 hours, so I'm a little tired, but not too bad. It's better than the weeks I drive 10 hours and then we do 2.5 hours on the podcast. Those weeks I get a little loopy. BVK. So Jeff is working on some programming for the bots that we've been using, and it's just like way gonna up the bot game if we can make things happen.
Language.
That audio was very loud.
Uh-oh.
Holy crap, hold on.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Rob, your mic levels are perfect now.
Because it's not connected.
There we go.
Because it's not connecting. Oh, I gotcha.
It's just my computer. So.
Oh.
That's true.
I can hear the little bit of reverb.
You got the Yeti, right?
Honestly, I don't know what brand. I don't know what brand it is, but.
Okay. Usually those nice mics.
I want to get on a Zoom call that's not with a bunch of people, so I can test it out. So I'm not scaring people like Brian was just. Giving people PTSD from code names. I don't want that.
Speaking of,
it's the best
code
PTSD.
Names, that's one of the other things I want to work on.
Oh yeah. So the thing that would be badass that we're talking, that I really like the idea of, is a bot where you can choose teams. So the bot puts you into teams, like because everybody chooses blue or red or whatever, and then when you put in information like I'm voting for this word, it would like separate those informations into the two different teams and what they voted for, so you can actually like see what the blue team is voting for and what the red team is saying, and like.
So would you have it automatically pick one due to like the percentage of the answer, or would you just say it'd be like, oh, most people thought this, so we should do this? It's not going to be an automatic thing, right? It's going to be like
It could go either way.
You could set it up either way.
Yeah, if it's one person on stream, and like that's it, and they're giving clues, or like there's two people on stream and they're both the clue givers.
Right.
You could do it to where it's an automatic thing where, based on an amount of time and that many votes, it goes with that, the top voted one, or the top, like if they said 3, like if they said word 3 and the top 3 things are what gets picked, like it does 1 and then 2 and then 3. And if it, if one of them is a bystander or wrong in whatever way, it stops there. That's one way that it could be done.
Right. Like, so you could do it where you have a player who's filtering the information from the audience, or you could have a way where the audience is actually picking and playing against the people or whatever. What's
Yeah,
up, Trent?
I don't want. I was gonna say Trent's truck driving in space right now. So
Yeah,
That's awesome.
Trent, you're
Watch out for that Tesla. It doesn't use its blinkers, I've heard. So just be careful.
you look like Lobo right now.
Wow.
All right. Matt's wanting to start an argument, I think.
Why? What does that start an argument?
I can just see Jeff's face getting red.
It's like, hey, that's a DC thing.
Because DC
Stop
was
it.
mentioned?
Yes.
I was gonna send my Patreon submission for a cast where Jeff has to argue Star Wars to Matt, and Matt has to argue DC back to Jeff. That one will probably be like another expletive film
It's just
episode.
mad. Everybody's mad.
That sounds fun. That sounds fun. Let's piss everybody off. Like all the racial talk didn't really lose us any patrons, but
Yeah,
that
we're
would
just trying
lose
to
us
get
all the patrons.
everybody out.
Yeah.
Trying to get it all. We're trying to trim down the number of listeners that we actually have.
Mm-hmm.
It's getting to be a lot. We
Yeah,
can't quite get to everybody's feedback anymore.
too many listeners.
Code names have become very clustered. It needs to be. You need to trim the fat. You need to trim.
Yeah.
The fat. People are
Oh,
just
God.
sitting there muted, not saying anything. Those guys gotta go. Bye.
What?
I'm one of those people. Watch
I
it.
know, I'm just-
Well, that's like when you brought up Matt today and Zeus thing about that new the live stream where it's like a little room that you can move around, and it's like, oh, here comes someone, and then you're like, I don't want to talk to that guy, so you start moving your cursor, like running away from them. Like, nope, because it's only if the cursor is hitting or the avatars touch each other, you could hear each other. It's like a bubble type thing. It's like,
Right.
nope, I don't want to talk to him. And you just start, geez, like that's gonna be a lot of hurt feelings, I think.
Yeah, it's this. I don't know how many. I feel like people are polite though. I feel like it would be similar.
Oh, yeah.
It'd be similar to real life where you're like making excuses or whatever. We're like, cool. I'm going to see what they're saying over there. Be right back. And then you'd be the last person talking to someone like, how about we go join the group? You know, like I don't think people would actually be like running from everybody,
No.
but maybe,
I would.
maybe.
I'd run from everybody. It would be a game I'd play. Just running around the group, and they're like, "Wait, is Jeff coming in?"
Nobody's
What the
chasing.
hell?
I don't know.
Nobody's chasing me. It's just me running like an idiot.
Your avatar is actually just hiding behind a tree. You can only see like you're like peeking out, like, oh, they're still here. Crap.
How do I play this? How do I bring people into code names? I don't. I'm gonna use I'm gonna use the horse pace thing. I was trying to use the regular code names, the new one, the one that's like actually code names.
Oh yeah, the one that's made by the people that make the tabletop game.
But it seems too difficult, so I'm gonna pull up the regular thing we always do. Same thing we do every night, Pinky.
Try to take over the world.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So what's been going on, everybody? Anything new with you guys? Trent, is this your first time on a live stream?
It is. I'm not going to be here for very long, though, because I'll be in the dead zone here soon.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I wanted to say hi. Thanks. It's good to see you in person or not in person or as in person as we do these days, you know?
I heard Mercury doesn't get that good of a signal, so that's probably
It's the lack of atmosphere that really does it.
Yeah, there's just
those sound waves don't travel there well.
Yeah.
Waves don't travel through vacuum of space very well.
I got to stop at the old Cap's moon base and get some signal.
Nice.
That's funny. But what dead zone are you going into? What interstate are you on?
I'm actually in Canada. I'm on Vancouver Island.
Oh.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's real cool.
I haven't been there.
Wait,
Yeah,
Vancouver,
heading
you
to,
said?
Vancouver Island, yeah.
Yeah, I've been there.
Well, you should come back when all this fucking shit is over.
Dude, I would love to. I'm hoping to get around and meet a lot more people once this all's over, like you said.
Are you have a plan of a tour in the future?
Actually, I almost mentioned I wanted to do it, announce it on the podcast tonight, but I did not get to do it because time and because I didn't get back to Birmingham. I did a 10-hour drive right before I got here, so got on the show, so I didn't get to do it. But I have this game plan which I haven't mentioned yet, but I'd love to hear y'all's thoughts actually. So have you ever heard of a house concert?
Yes.
Concert.
House
Like
concert.
Online thing, isn't it?
No. House concerts are a thing that were very popular. Like, it's a thing that people do. It's a way that people tour these days, because touring in the clubs is like super hard, and you have to have a big enough following to make it work, and like it's a whole thing. So what people do is they do house concerts, and there's actually like networks of people that put on house concerts at their place like once a month. So you can get a tour where you go to different people's houses in different different cities, and you go on tour and you play in literally like living rooms. You're playing for 20 or 30 people of their friends. They invite their friends. They have like a dinner party and they have a house concert, right?
Oh, nice.
So that's what a house concert is. Here's my idea. House con. Okay. It's a house concert, but it's a con. So like I encourage like what I was planning to do is like do a I don't know, a sign up sheet if anyone's interested, and basically I'll bring like a good sound system and like a big projector, and like I was thinking start it out with like people are coming in, they're eating like whatever, like hors d'oeuvres or something like that, like whatever so they're like kind of snacking, and you have like nerdy movies playing, like scenes from movies. You could do like trivia during it. It's like as people are arriving and getting there, they're like playing trivia and chatting and having a drink and eating, and everyone can do cosplay. And then I'll do an actual concert where I play a show, and it'll be geeky music mostly, and then like do like geeky like karaoke or DJ party afterwards, like sort of like a con in like 3 or 4 hours, like instead of like, I don't know. That's the idea.
That's pretty cool.
That sounds awesome.
I think it would be really cool. And you just like, somebody decides to put it on at their house, they just invite their friends. So like you invite your 20 or 30 friends, 15, 20 friends, whatever, and encourage them to cosplay. Everybody shows up, and it's like, because I don't know if everybody's gonna be comfortable doing like the big cons this year with COVID,
Right?
but like we're probably going to be in a place where it's going to be like smaller groups of our friends are going to be okay. So I don't know. That's my idea, and I'm excited about it. But I was gonna try to get a sign up sheet ready and announce it on the show tonight, but I did not get the sign up sheet ready.
When are you thinking about starting it up?
I was thinking like try to do August.
Okay. I say by that time it seems like most like today in Illinois it rolled out pretty much 16 and over. The vaccine is available, and there was just lines everywhere today. So it looks like we'll hit our capacity soon, and if more states do it too, then it'll be, then we'll start getting that the herd immunity thing. So
yeah,
let's hope.
That's what I'm thinking. Like plan it for August, and if somehow we have like a horrible resurgence or something, obviously it can be canceled. But like, plan a tour for August and see if there's people who want to do those house concerts. And I figured the Stranded Panda folks might be down for that. I don't know. So I figured I'd reach out and be like, anybody want to put this on? And just see if people want to like have me in their living rooms or yards or whatever.
See, I think I can probably gather some people for my area. I mean,
I'm down.
I don't know if Haley would drive up to it's like what, 9 hours to Chicago from KC?
Yeah.
So.
I'm not in KC. So it's farther.
Oh, that's right. You're on the other side, aren't you?
Don't ask Sue Hare. I literally blew his mind when I told him there's 2 Kansas cities.
Oh yeah.
He was like, how? I was like, there's one in each state.
And the more famous ones in Missouri, right?
Right.
Worse ones in Missouri. They just, yeah.
Are they close to each other?
Yeah, the river divides the states.
Right.
And that's,
okay.
That's that way. It's so weird. It's stupid.
I was gonna ask, like, you guys probably know, you and Jeff, but I notice a lot of people in the Midwest in the Stranded Panda community, but I know there's like I'm in Massachusetts. I know there's people in bunch of people in Canada. A lot of them like Midwest.
Yeah.
But like, is that like the majority of where they're like the embarrassment lives?
It seems like there's a lot of people that come out to the live stuff that are from the Midwest and Canada, like northwest or whatever. I don't know. It's really strange almost. Like how many people that I got to know that were early on, and then I realized they were all from Minnesota. I was like, weird.
Well, Rob, to answer your question, it's because Midwest people are the coolest. That's why.
I didn't get the memo.
Because we're the friends.
Now I know. Now I know.
We lucked out with the one or two people from Philly that are actually like decent and not trying to kill robots.
Are they? I'm just kidding.
Or Santa Claus.
Or Santa Claus, right? Right. Oh my god.
I mean, either that or she's like holds something over your guy's head, which is why she's on the show. So, I mean, that's kind of like the anti. So,
I can't.
I mean, you really blink 7 times.
We cannot divulge.
Not allowed to say that.
She has all her secrets. You guys want to play a game?
I want to play a game.
We definitely don't have to.
Yeah, we can do it.
Sure.
It's actually pretty fun with less people, I think.
Yeah, the one time I played with you guys, I think we only had like 5 or 6 people. It was pretty fun.
It's like a little more engaging because there's not 30 people to go. You can't like check out because you have to actually play, or at least try.
Yeah. Trent, it's okay if you check out.
Yeah, Trent, you do not have to try to play the game if you don't want to.
As I say, I don't think he should be looking at a screen.
Probably not. But who would like to be the clue givers?
I want Haley to do it.
I want Haley to do it too.
Hey, it's a test run, Haley.
Too
Come on.
slow.
Well, I'm not going to be here much longer anyway.
I'll do it, but I don't. I played Secret Hitler for the first time last night, and I was so bad at it.
That sounds like a good thing.
Yeah. Probably not something to be proud of. You're good at it.
Yeah, if you were good
It's
at
fun,
Secret
but I'm
Hitler.
bad at it.
Yeah.
You leaving, Trent?
Yeah, I'm glad I could be here for the few seconds I was, but hopefully I can make it for longer next time.
Yeah, man. I hope you can hang out. It's good to meet you officially or whatever.
Yeah, you too.
Thanks for coming out, brother.
Have
Sweet.
a good day, guys.
Sweet.
first.
See you, Trent. Be safe.
Adios.
Aggressive niceness from Jeff.
What?
You're like being aggressively nice.
Yeah. That's what I
First.
do. Every time people are like, "Have a good day," I'm like, "You first." And they're always like, "I don't."
They're
Thank you.
aggressively
Why are you being so nice to me?
Okay.
So am I blue then?
If you want to be. Who else wants to
Are
be
you-
the?
Blue.
Who wants to be on the losing team?
Ouch.
I've never been the code giver, so I wouldn't mind trying.
All right, yeah.
I don't even know how to do it. So
This
I
is a
know how
good,
to do it, but
This is a good environment to give it a try. All right, I just sent you the link, so click
This
on
is a
that.
safe place.
If you click on that, and then at the bottom of the board, you can click on Spy Master, and you can see what colors everything is.
Oh, okay, that helps so much.
Haley was like connecting words.
Yeah.
Is it gonna tell me? This is why I'm bad at this kind of thing.
No, you're great. You're great. I forgot. I didn't know if you'd done it, or I thought you'd done it a couple times.
No, I've successfully avoided it so many times.
Oh, this is great then.
Yeah, that's where I wanted her to go.
Yeah. It's just prepping her for
Thanks,
the big game.
Jeff.
I love
Got
it.
you.
Love it.
Now,
So Rob
the,
and I are the code givers.
the real
So,
question here is
who's blue
on
and who's
their
red?
teams?
oh yeah, that's the tricky part. I feel like so we're all 3 experienced players, so it's not really a handicap. Like if one person was particularly bad, they should be on the 2-person team, if that makes sense. But I think all 3 of us are pretty good at this game.
And I'm assuming we got sober Matt, right?
I mean,
Or close enough. because that's a whole different, it's a whole different mindset between 11 o'clock at night, Matt, and the beginning of the game, Matt.
All right, well, you two are on a team.
No knock on it. I'm just saying it is. I mean, your mindset when you're picking a clue is like, okay.
Why do you think I need this? Yeah?
That's not water.
That's like when you were saying today that you were already prepping with the hangover at 10 o'clock on a Monday morning. It's
no, I had a bad hangover yesterday. We went out actually and met another listener on Saturday night, which was super fun. There's a guy named Charles Horton, who's like hangs out in the Stranded Panda chat and stuff.
nice.
He had let me know that he lives near Dallas, and he was like, "Hey," and so me and Alyssa went out with him and his wife and like hit the town in Dallas a little bit. Or just went to dinner.
West terms, I live near Dallas too.
Oh yeah, how far are you?
6 hours.
Gosh, yeah, I guess it does get really sparse out there, doesn't it?
It's a shorter drive from Dallas to her than it is to here.
That's true. I mean, I drove 10 hours today. You could do 6. Come on.
Yeah, been there, done that. Okay, we should play.
Thank you.
Twitch is so alive right now.
Yep,
I bet.
all 13 of us.
What's happening,
we
Twitch?
actually-
I mean, 14 people ain't nothing to sneeze at.
Scotty's one of those people.
Plus, there's 6 on YouTube. That's probably some of the same people, if we're being honest.
I'm one of those people.
As am I.
Same.
As am I. All right, so we knocked out 4 of us
Awesome,
there.
Scotty.
I'd say, okay.
So it's 5 people. It's all 5 of us. All right. So it's
I love it.
My
We can
YouTube
shut
is
down YouTube.
Rob, do you want to rock, paper, scissors for color, or do you care?
no. I will give you honors.
I'll be blue.
Oh, it's blue. Oh, it's blue.
Always blue. Always blue.
I'm
Old cat.
looking at the wrong
blue.
thing.
To be fair.
To be fair.
To be fair.
My husband has started doing that.
I
I just look at him, I'm like, you haven't even heard them do that. He's like, I don't have to.
And you're still again starting the show, huh? I mean, is this just a stand you're going to have the whole time, or are you going to finally cave and realize
Very
that?
principled. No, I just, it may just not be my humor. I don't know. I tried once, and I think that he told me, I said this before, but if I watch the Midnight episodes, I'll think it's funny because
The which episodes?
the ones where they make fun of Mennonites or the Amish or whatever.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, those are pretty good.
Well, 2 of my sisters are married to Mennonites. Not sisters-in-law, his sisters.
Interesting.
And so we make fun of them a lot.
I guess I don't.
Meh.
What are their lives like? What is the
What are
modern
their lives like?
What is the modern Mennonite?
Tell me more.
I know Amish. How close is that to Amish?
It's wide. There's a range.
Right.
Like, so the one closer to my age, she and her husband have embraced a more liberal lifestyle. In regards to it, she still wears skirts and keeps her head covered, but like they're trying to be very of the times in their confines that they can. And then my other sister-in-law, they're like more deeply rooted in it, and this is on the internet. Anyway,
you don't have to
Tell the
say
world.
that you don't
it's
want to,
okay.
sorry. I was just interested. That's
They
very
won't see
interesting.
this. For instance, the indoctrination to their children, my nephew said to me a couple of years ago, Aunt Haley, when are you going to become a Christian? And I was like,
What?
and I was pushing him on a swing, and I thought about pushing him off, but I didn't.
That would
It's
be
just
very
like-
that would be very Christian of you.
Not right then.
That would answer his question.
Well, I think he already thinks he has an answer. So that's how like different it is, and it's challenging.
Yeah.
Challenging.
I have a lot of thoughts about indoctrinating youth to anything, but that's for another day, I think, or a different.
Yeah.
Different.
That's
Nathan
for a
and I
different
just kind of
stream.
were like,
Yeah.
whatever, you do you, leave us alone, and we move on.
There he is.
Hey, sorry, J. Scotty. How long was J. Scotty waiting? Did we know he was waiting? I didn't know. Sorry.
No, he said he couldn't come in at first.
Oh,
No.
okay.
God, did somebody let you out from under the
You heard
stairs?
a new-
Yeah, what is this about?
Yeah, I don't know how this is gonna work out. This is my first time doing it from the phone, so hopefully it's not a total disaster. But
Sounds
trying
good.
here.
With the scarf and the shirt, I'm getting Howdy Doody vibes.
Well, you see all those diplomas in the back. You got it.
All right, so already a disaster.
He means that with total love, Jay Scotty. I'm sorry, but that was
Yeah.
just...
Oh
Sorry.
man.
It's good. I can take a ribbing.
Oh.
I do feel like Jay Scotty gets too much of it sometimes. We're always like Harry Potter in him, and it's because we love you, Jay Scotty.
Oh, yeah. No malice intended.
But that might be like a cliche. Sometimes people say just because they want to be assholes. But like honestly, like if you like my buddy, I love ribbing on him, but I'd do anything for him. It's like I wouldn't put that much effort into it if I didn't like you. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I wouldn't care to make fun of you if I didn't like you. So it is a compliment in a way.
Well, what did you ever hear that thing? It's like if you're walking with a group of friends and you trip and fall over, it's like a good friend will say, "Are you all right?" A really good friend will sit there and help you up, but your best friend will say, "Walk much?"
Yeah.
You know, it's that type of mentality.
I feel like friends get so used to each other's humor that you have to be more and more extreme to like get the same reaction. You know what I mean? Like if you make a joke you would make to the bank teller, like I could predict that joke. You know what I mean? Like I could predict your humor. So you have to get like more and more like further and further. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
No.
Oh, that's
You don't
true.
know how I
Really
talk
with
to
you.
bank tellers.
You know, there's like the dad jokes you make to every like whatever bank teller or I guess it's free. It won't scan. I guess it's free. Shit like that.
They don't
Or when you
scan
get
things at
change
the
back
bank.
and you're like, "Oh, good year."
Let's change.
I haven't seen that. I haven't heard that one.
I can just see Scott.
I'm saying, as the oldest guy here, I'm sitting there. What's changed?
I can see Scott getting like dollars back and being like, "Ooh,
Someone had fun.
very good, yeah."
Someone had fun. Hey, we got even teams again.
Oh my god.
We could do left versus right then on Twitch, which is Jeff and I on Haley's team and Jay Scotty and Matt on Rob's team.
I like it.
That works.
Always blue. Always blue.
Always blue.
I will do my best, my friends.
Well, we don't
I
judge.
believe in you.
What?
Don't you remember from Iron Man 2?
I didn't hear what you said, sorry.
In Iron Man 2, the guy was like, "Are you Iron Man?" He's like, "Sometimes."
Sometimes.
I believe in you.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's we believe in you, actually.
Oh, it's
You're questioning Haley with an
Well-
answer to a trivia question? Oh my
So-
god.
I was watching, by the way, I was watching Iron Man 1 last night while I folded laundry, and Yinsen says to him in the cave, "Is this going to be the last great act of defiance? Is this the last act of defiance from the great Tony Stark?" And I was like, "Oh, nope, the snap is." And then he dies, and I was like,
oh no.
God, like this is so sad. And they didn't connect that on purpose, but I was like, that's
Well, they don't like. I don't think they would connect what they said in Iron Man to Endgame.
No.
I have no doubt that they went, Endgame and Infinity War. They went back and didn't try to connect as much as possible. But if there was a place that they could wedge in a reference back to Phase 1, I think they did that. Pretty
Yeah.
good.
Well, the thing
I
that
think
the
it
thing
might
that
hurt.
breaks my brain is that the "I am Iron Man" before he says snaps, like they came up with that in the editing bay. The editor of the movie wrote that
Yeah.
line. He was like, "We need him to say something here. We need him to say something. It's empty," because he was just gonna snap before, and the editor was
Yeah.
like, "He should say I am Iron Man," and it's like, how was that not in the script? How?
How was that not the thing that everyone was like, "Say this"?
Yes, it's like the
These
end of
words.
the. It's end
Yeah,
of,
I mean, it's
end of
a
the first movie.
throwback right to the first movie.
Right, it's the end of the
So it's
first
like-
Iron Man movie.
Perfect.
apparently Robert Downey Jr. had to be convinced to reshoot that scene.
Right. Well, they were like, we took him to a nice fancy dinner, and we were like, so we have this one thing we want you to add. So he thought he was all wrapped on the whole series.
Probably went through all that emotional goodbye, and now he has to go back and do it again. So that probably wasn't easy to do either. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, that's true.
Well, then Black Widow's just been in the news cycle for so long, we've almost forgotten. But wasn't he rumored to be maybe potentially popping up a younger version in Black Widow?
I don't know if it's a younger version, but yeah.
I thought they were going to show unused footage from Civil War as
That's what it was. Okay.
Yeah, I think it's probably gonna be Civil War era because she was last seen with him, and then she's in this movie. So,
right.
Civil War era has such a different connotation for Marvel fans.
Yeah, it does. I didn't even think about the other one. Didn't even cross my mind.
Yep. I was
watched the Ken Burns documentary. Okay.
Nerd.
It's like you're gonna have a Civil War battle recreation, and you got everyone showing up with
it's just
Ant-Man. Yeah, or but then people show up with muskets and stuff. Wait, what are you talking about here?
Tones.
Oh, that's such a good idea. We should go to the Civil War reenactments dressed as Avengers. Oh yes.
No.
Oh, let's do that. Let's do that.
What team is the Union?
DC has some, don't they?
What team is the Union and what team's the Confederate? That's tricky.
I don't want to say that Cap is a rebel on the Confederacy.
Yeah, that's true.
But that does feel like it had to be that, right?
But
yeah, that's a line you probably don't want to cross with him. Yeah. I think at that point it's just Marvel versus 1,800 soldiers, I guess. That would be much of a fight.
Unless you just retcon it and put John Walker as Cap, and then you can throw them down south easily. You know what I mean?
I want more than anything, though.
I think I was going to cosplay that.
What I want more than anything for this idea is, you remember those History Channel videos where they were reading a letter, but it was some guy reading a letter in a 1800s voice, my dearest Eliza, but have it be
exactly what you're talking
have it be that sort of voice, but my dearest Aunt May, Mr. Tony dragged me over to Germany yesterday, and have those kinds of letters, but
this may be my last entry.
Yeah.
Peter B. Parker.
Cold here setting in.
Yours truly.
With all my dearest love.
And love
Parker. I need those letters so bad.
Work on that,
There's
Joe.
a fan thing out there somewhere in the interweb.
Yeah, I'll work on that.
That's actually a really good idea. Just the script of the letters. Peter writing to his mom.
I've got
mother.
My dearest Aunt May.
Right.
We should do a Stranded Panda flash mob, the Civil War reenactment.
Yes.
That's bombing. Yes. Have everyone show up as even this, Spider-Man or something. This is the wrong Civil War.
We'll just do the travel mob. You shot my brother.
So good. I totally should do that. That sounds like a really great idea.
We could all have on the Union and Confederacy stuff over your Cap uniform or over your Spider-Man or your Black Panther or anything, and just blah, right in the middle of it.
Actually,
on the helmet.
And you could almost do to make it a little more era fitting, have a steampunky version of the costumes, to where it'd be if those were the characters of that time.
I don't know who might have a steampunk Avengers costume.
I was thinking that, but Thor wasn't in Civil War though, so
damn it.
I was gonna say that first, oh crap, Thor's not in the movie.
Makes it even better.
How do you do?
How do you power Tony's arc reactor? You're gonna just have a steam engine behind
a
yes.
Pretty much, yeah.
Oh my God, you haven't seen it. There's
a lantern on both hands.
I was gonna say Vision's gonna look like the Tin Man.
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah.
Vision is the Tin Man. Okay.
I wonder, they had all that all of the Wizard of Oz references. It's got me thinking and there was the Tin Man, right? Like, did anyone else represent the Scarecrow or the Cowardly Lion in WandaVision?
Well, what was his face? Asshole was the Cowardly Lion, right? No, he would have been the Wizard. Dickwad behind the curtain. What was his name?
Hayward.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
How soon will you forget? I
was
couldn't.
about to say that. I'm like, wow, we were obsessed with it. Now we're just thinking about that asshole John Walker.
It's so. How much fun is it that we got a new thing to obsess over all the time? It's so great. So great. I'm gonna have serious withdrawals in May when we don't have anything for a few weeks.
Yeah.
Right.
We have the new Star Wars thing if you're into that.
No, I'm not.
That sort of thing.
Does Star Trek have any new content coming out?
Not for a while, because Picard, which came out around this time last year, got pushed all the way to 2022. So,
oh wow,
they still got stuff coming in like late summer, maybe. But
isn't Lower Decks coming out too soon?
Yeah, Lower Decks, Discovery, Strange New Worlds is premiering either this year or next year.
Is that's not the Section 31? No,
Strange New Worlds is the Pike show. Yeah,
the Pike show. Yeah.
So it's the Enterprise before Kirk was there, and then they've got the Section 31 show coming as well, and they've got a show coming to Nickelodeon called, oh gosh, what is it called? Bad Podcaster.
That's a weird Star Trek show name.
That's a really weird.
Actually run by Whoopi Goldberg of all people.
Yeah, they've got a weird one. They got a weird one coming on. I can't remember, but it's about a group of aliens in the Delta Prodigy, Star Trek Prodigy. It's about a group of aliens in the Delta Quadrant. Do you you sound like you know a little bit BBK about Star Trek. I don't know how deep in Star Trek you are.
I've seen all of it.
Voyager, you know how they get sent out to the Delta Quadrant?
Yeah.
And they have to ride their way back. Apparently, there's a new show called Prodigy about a group of aliens, none of them Starfleet. It's like a group of weird aliens, all like much different than us or whatever. And they find a Starfleet vessel, and they like learn the ways of Starfleet, but they're not actually connected to Starfleet. It sounds really strange, but it's like a kid's show.
Okay. Is it live action?
No, it's a cartoon.
Is it animated? Okay.
Yeah, it's for Nickelodeon, and it's like Janeway is on it though as a I think it sounds like she's gonna be like a hologram or something, like teaching them the ways of Starfleet.
Oh, so it's probably something when Voyager was coming back, they left something behind,
right? Something like that,
like a shuttle or a pod or something.
My guess is they did so many weird time travel, time loop things that they left a whole Voyager back there. That's my guess.
Oh, jeez, okay.
That's my guess, but we don't really know. There's no confirmation. They just said a ship. Let's play Codenames. Anybody got a clue? What you got, Haley?
All right, for blue, my blue team.
Wait, who's on whose team?
Well, Jeff and BVK are on mine.
Okay, and we're on Rob's.
Place 2.
Oh no.
Well, I got Berlin in Germany, but that could have been more specific.
But then there's also Washington.
Yeah.
The moon's a place.
I just saw the frown on Haley's face. Oh no.
Not frowning, that's just my face.
I'm not frowning, that's just my face.
A port is a place. Star is a place, technically. Or a person. Place. Yes, I'm thinking either Germany and Berlin go together, or then Germany and Washington, because although Washington could be a person too, maybe it was more specific because Berlin and Germany are specifically only places.
That's true. That's true. Do you want to start with Berlin?
Yeah, that probably works. Or no, Because I think so Germany and Washington are more specific if they would go together, or Germany and Berlin. So I think Germany may be
But Germany's your through line there, yeah.
Yeah.
You want to start there then?
Germany?
Yeah, you go ahead.
Yeah, okay. Germany, final answer?
Yes.
Nice, okay. That helps us get the one, but it doesn't know it gives us what the second one is. Although Berlin.
I think the thought of Washington being a person, or Washington possibly being a person and Berlin not being one, is a good.
Like a good.
It's good reasoning to go with Berlin.
Although
Berlin, final answer.
No, that's what.
I was gonna say I thought if it was Germany and Berlin, it could have been like Europe.
Yeah, it could have been.
But
You said 2, right, Haley?
Yes.
All right. So red team. Hunting 2.
Hunting with an H.
Hunting. Yep. Hunting. Hunting 2.
Okay.
those pumpkins are really elusive creatures when you're hunting them.
Shot seems good.
I could get behind shot. Duck hunt.
Yeah, duck and shot sound good. Anything else that seems?
PVK, how often do you go comic hunting?
Yeah.
Very rarely.
You're not
I don't
helping
really.
me here.
Oh, we can distract them.
I
You can hunt
think-
for.
I think duck and shot are probably our best options, but mouse is kind of like just
That was a great
somewhat
movie.
standing out to me as far as cat and mouse.
Like and mouse hunt. No, that's mouse trap. Never mind.
No, it was Mouse Hunt was the movie.
Yeah.
It was a movie, yeah.
And had Nathan Lane in it.
I still think duck and shot are our best bet because it was hunting, not hunt.
Okay, I'm gonna go for duck, and then if you want to take shot, you're more than welcome to.
Go for
Don't
it.
throw it away.
Duck, final answer.
Now I just press the square, right?
You have to click on player, and then press the square. Or I can do it. That is correct. All right, and shot, final answer.
Correct.
All right.
All right, woo!
Shot is correct.
I was like, when someone said, I think Jay Scott, I was like, mouse. Oh, no.
Oh yeah, between rounds, don't talk about previous things like that because that's frowned upon, Rob. Because that makes you think now that we know that that's not one of yours. You're cheating. Stop it.
I'm saying it's not one of mine. I'm just saying it wasn't my clue. That's all.
Right, but when you go, oh, it makes us think, oh, well, that we know it's not mouse now, or we think it's not mouse now. Yeah.
He's good. We haven't. It's been a couple of weeks since we played Code Names.
Oh yeah, it's all busting balls anyway.
It's a whole different game being on that side of the board.
Not a big deal.
Like being the clue giver is a whole different. It's a different sport.
Yeah, it really is.
Oh yeah.
I have
Especially
mine.
when you get something, you're like, "This is great." Oh crap! It matches with one of
Yeah.
those. Son
It's
of
like
a-
And then
And-
you just let it go,
I just had that one. Okay.
It's like answering riddles versus writing riddles.
right?
All right. State 2.
What was your word?
State 2.
State.
Yeah, I think that's the Washington now.
Yeah, I think that may be our place that was messed up.
And then I'm gonna go out on a limb and say Mass because of its
State of matter.
or the old abbreviation for
Massachusetts.
Massachusetts.
Yeah. Good call. Good call. Let's start with Washington though, because we're comfortable.
Oh
there.
yeah, that's the Washington final answer.
And I like Mass. That's
Let's just look quick and see if people look for. I don't see anything else for or unless it was a double meaning like state of matter, but we don't see any liquid,
I don't see
gas,
anything that's like-
solid.
yeah. I don't see anything that's like that. Is there a state teacher?
Is that like an award or something? I don't know.
Mass final answer.
Yes.
Oh God, thank you.
Nice. Now, technically, we get one more guess, but I'm thinking the Washington was from the first one, so I don't know if we want to.
Yeah, I think we're good to pass. Pass after mass.
Pass after mass. That's what you usually do anyway.
Yes, that's what you got to do. You got to pass. Always pass after mass.
Big goddamn echo chamber in there.
Peace be with you.
No.
I was thinking of the
Also with you.
No one said it.
Hey, nephew, I'm a Christian. What?
I remember one time at work when someone said, "May the force be with you," and I said, "And also with you back." This was before people I had heard it, and this one lady got so mad at me because she's like, "That's save that for the church, not for your like weird sci-fi stuff." I'm like, "Oh, this is what kind of person you are." Okay.
Right.
Like,
oh, how about you not tell me what to do?
Oh, you don't live my life.
Oh, take a chill pill.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
It's what most people need to do.
Yeah.
Red turn.
Red turn. They passed
Red
after
turn.
mass.
Yep.
after
You got
mass.
robbed.
Beer after liquor after beer.
I will say. Okay, I will say space.
Well, that connects to everything.
I mean, we talked about it on the podcast, Rob. You were there.
Hey.
All links back to space.
All right, we got
Was it two?
Star and Moon. Space 2. Star and Moon, I think.
Space Dragon.
Or Cosmic. Just kidding, it's comic. No one comic.
Yeah, those look to be the best to me. I just kind of want to give it a quick run through.
Yeah, give it a quick goog.
Give it a gentle goog. I like that we keep putting different adjectives on goog.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm cool with Star and Moon. If you want to go first this time.
Sure. Star, final answer.
All right, I want to make sure I do this right. All right, so I press player.
Yep. So you're switching to player view when you press player.
Okay, and then press the.
Yeah, because technically, what you're supposed to do is everybody has their own open, and everybody has player and Spy Masters open. But
I got.
I've been on Spy Master. Sorry.
Well, if you hit the gear at the bottom, you can actually.
No, I know. But you know.
You can flip the toggle to say Spy Master may guess.
Oh, I didn't know
Turn
that.
on, and you can stay in the Spy Master view and click on it.
I toggled.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Never mind then. Yeah, just press away. You want to say something there, Jay Scotty?
Well, yeah, let's go for a Moon final answer.
That's no moon. That's the right answer.
Not the moon.
Woohoo!
I was just guessing.
I was in the middle of changing my settings to I could answer. So yes, correct. Thank you, Jeff.
Jump the gun,
That
Jay
made it
Scotty.
easier.
Jump the Scotty James gun.
Okay. Blue team Apothecary 3.
Ooh.
Did you say apothecary?
Okay, so we got.
I did.
Damn.
I'm gonna say bottle
Damn,
oil.
Poison.
Bottle oil poison.
Bottle oil poison is. Yeah. Start with bottle.
Bottle. Final answer.
Hitting the bottle.
Okay, I was saying if that wasn't it, then that would just be.
Then I'd be really bad.
Yeah.
How dare you?
Let's see. What's that? Pumpkin dragon pipe light. Pipes aren't usually in apothecaries.
I don't know. Life. Apothecaries give life. But I like poison the most next.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah. All right. Poison final answer.
Yes.
Yeah.
That answer's poison.
So oil, you think?
I think that may have been the first Belle Biv DeVoe reference we've ever had on a Zoom call. So
That's what I'm here for.
I can't think of anything else. I mean, poison or oil or light, no, pipe, dragon, pumpkin, what? I'd have to say, I think oil is probably.
Oil final answer. That's a bystander.
Jay Scotty, where are you right now?
I'm at the inn that I work at.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like, are you like downstairs at the desk or something?
Yeah, I'm at the front desk. So there's like, it's all decked out with like Victorian era furnishings and whatnot. I'll give you guys like a little tour. So this is the lobby.
Very nice.
You know.
So is it like a bed and breakfast kind of thing?
Yeah. We're not serving breakfast right now, but it was built in 1889, so going on 133 years old. So
Nice.
Breakfast would be ridiculous. It's still late at night.
Yeah, right. Like it's almost 6 o'clock.
Make it
in light of everything still going on. But good call.
all that power, Jay Scotty, and you making breakfast for dinner.
Nice callback.
I like it.
I approve.
It's great.
All right, Red Team.
All right. So, gonna go. I don't even know how much I can say. It's like
One word.
One word, and if you have a question about if that word is one word or not, you can ask Haley. She is your
She's your referee.
referee.
no, I meant kind of like my preamble before saying the.
Technically, you're not supposed to literally talk except for the one word and one number.
Okay, so I will say
Technically.
Leprechaun 1.
Luck, I'm guessing?
Luck, right? Yeah.
Luck, final answer.
Yeah.
Correct.
Okay, that puts us within range striking distance of the win.
All right.
But watch her come out with another 6-syllable word.
Apothecary.
Wait, I had one and it's not gonna work. So hold on.
Shit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait, you got to think of what the other one for apothecary could have been then. Life? I mean, life?
I'm thinking life or pipe.
Boxing 2.
You said boxing too?
Boxing 2.
Boxing.
With a B.
Round
Yeah.
and swing? Or teacher or pupil? Oh no.
I think those are more toward. I think round and swing are more centered towards boxing.
Okay. I think round especially.
Oh yes, but round final answer.
Okay.
Someone's looking at YouTube on Twitch.
Sorry. I was making sure we were all good over there, and I forgot that I was using the wrong window.
I'm gonna go for swing.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah. Swing final answer.
Yes.
All right. Okay, so we get one more that we can put toward apothecary.
unless, let's see, round or swing, none of those have apothecary ties to it. So
No, I wouldn't think so.
I'm thinking life or light or pipe. I mean, I'm thinking of apothecary more as just being bottles with, potions and newt and like places where witches go to get crap for their cauldron, pretty much. I mean,
Ashley would know.
But there would also be like, the pipes and whatnot at the alchemical station.
oh, that's true. That's true.
Pipe final answer.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, okay.
Okay, now we just got to keep them from matching there too.
Yeah,
Come
right.
on, Rob. You got a 2 for us?
And Haley's like, oh
Believe in you. Just do one.
Just double check yourself. Make sure you're paying attention to that assassin. You haven't forgotten about that.
Don't pull a Jake.
Jake was like, Jake was so funny. He's defending himself. He's like, no, you don't understand. I was looking at the other words. I was like, Jake, I do understand.
No, we do understand.
Yeah, that's the problem.
You're like, I wasn't looking. Oh, Sam is trying to join. Sorry, Sam. Letting you in.
All right.
I think, well, Melissa just jumped in the chat.
What? Mel K.
Mel, get your butt on here.
Yeah, come on, Mel.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can see the Zoom. Welcome, Sam.
Hey guys, what's happening? Oh, hello.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah,
Welcome,
I
welcome.
wasn't sure.
Welcome, Sam. Is this your first time, Sam?
No, I was there last
No,
week.
he was here Wednesday.
Oh, sorry. I thought that you changed your name. No, wait. Was that the other one?
I think you're
Oh,
confusing
Sean.
him with
Sean.
That's right. Sorry.
Somebody said me and Jay Scotty sound the same.
That's right. That's right. On Wednesday night. That's right.
No, I
Welcome
thought
back. Welcome back.
he sounds exactly like Gary.
Well, no, you guys were saying that he sounds like Jay Scotty, but it's probably Gary in disguise. And I was like, patently false, all of these things.
No. I am a Sam.
I am
100% a Sam.
Do you like green eggs and ham?
I do. Actually, I do.
All right.
Where'd you get green eggs from?
Way to take that in stride.
I usually don't like ham after it turns a different color.
Unless it's St. Patrick's Day.
Wait, the ham's
like
regular
when ham
color.
gets like that shiny like rainbow glaze on it. But
Yeah,
it's,
you're like,
yeah,
"Mm, I don't
no,
want it
that's
anymore."
that's not
It's,
good.
it's
Pass.
bad that we all know that. It's bad that we all know the.
Well, my 2 kids are obsessed with green eggs and ham right now, so don't say that to them.
Like the food or the book?
Book.
Okay, yeah, I was.
I don't know, that green food coloring really does things to me.
Especially that green beer. I don't remember when I had that drink. All right.
Go ahead, try to get both of them. Fuck it up.
Game 2.
Game 2.
Game.
Wait, what's the word? JME? Like you play a game?
Yeah.
Ja-
Life is a game. Mousetrap's
Wait,
a game.
The word is game.
Yes.
Games often get ported to other systems.
Yeah.
Well, we brought up Mousetrap already, and there is the game of life.
Yeah, and port is not a bad one for
The game
Game.
of life.
I know he's not on our team, but he may be right.
Dragons are often the bad guys in games.
Now he's just bullshitting.
What was the logic for port?
You port games from one system to the next, but I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know if that's somewhere Rob's mind would go or not.
Rob is just like stone face.
Rob's got
gonna
a good
do
poker
it.
face on Rob.
Rob's got a hell of a poker
He's
face.
learned. He's learned. Yeah.
I feel like that's that military training, just like not reacting.
Can I divulge a fun fact I just learned the other day?
Please.
Please.
Benedict Cumberbatch did the voice of Dormammu in the movie. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
did the motion capture as well.
Yeah, they modeled his face after that.
I didn't even realize that.
They modeled
Jesus
his
Christ.
face.
such a good. I love
So
it.
really,
I love the MCU.
Paul Bettany's
Me
not
too, man.
the first hero to face himself in the MCU.
That's right.
Well, Cap even before him.
Yeah, right.
Well, Strange was before all that, but yeah.
Anybody want to think of what Russell Crowe's gonna play in the movie, in Thor?
Gatorade Bill.
He's just Russell Crowe, like fat Russell Crowe.
Life, final answer.
Correct.
Oh God, I'm so glad we didn't pick that for a podcast. Oh man.
Okay, so
Game over.
I feel like mouse or port are two, and I don't know if Jeff's messing with us with port or if he may just have lucked into messing with us correctly. By the way, Sam, we're doing our last turn here. Sorry,
I feel strongest about mouse just because it ties back into like mouse hunt.
Yeah, we were talking about that earlier. If you're feeling it, go for it.
All right. Mouse, final answer.
Correct.
Damn it. And I know our last one is light. I'm pretty sure.
It is.
Yeah.
Why did you know that?
Go red.
Why did you know it was light?
For state was swing. It's like swing state.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Swing state? Oh, gotcha. I was trying to think of like a molecular state called swing.
It's in a state of
I
flux.
was really hoping that you guys picked life because I was struggling a lot to connect life and mouse. And
Holy crap!
You did it.
Vibrant Jacks has redeemed 6 hail hydrates.
Oh.
Seven.
I'm so
8,
sorry. Vibrant Jacks, please.
9.
Stop.
10. Holy crap! We're all gonna drown over here.
We have to sleep tonight. We're old.
Vibrant Jacks is trying. That's right.
Vibrant Jacks, I gotta pee.
Haley, you're so
I was gonna
funny.
say I need to hail the porcelain before I hail hydrate.
Mm-hmm.
You
I
just
gotta go spend time with the fam.
Yeah, I
have to get off soon too.
But I gotta go spend time with the
I
family.
like playing code names with a few people. It's fun.
Yeah, it's fun because it's just a little more interactive. Sometimes the 30 you get a little lost. I love the 30-person hangouts, but we talked about it on Facebook today. I like them a lot, but I also like the smaller groups a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, one of the reasons.
Melissa.
What? Melissa did one?
Mm-hmm.
Drink, bitches.
I posted in the Stranded Panda chat about so who would be up for crashing a Civil War reenactment, and it's getting some pretty good conversation.
Oh, let's do it. Let's do it. I feel bad because Melissa said she'll be here in 20 minutes, but I think I gotta go.
Yep, I definitely gotta.
You want to go viral on TikTok?
Yeah.
That's how you do it.
Oh yeah, that would do it.
Yeah, do a whole series of TikToks where we're all.
So
I wonder if there's any Civil War reenactments near Nashville.
Apparently, a common abbreviation for TikTok is TT. So, with the latest episode of Falcon and Winter Soldier showing us that he has his TT, he's talking about his TikTok.
I love how the name of the show is the name of the episode happens at the end of the show. Like the whole world to see. The whole world's watching.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. That name hit me when
you would be proud, Sam.
Jeff read it. I was like, "Ooh."
I do have to say something. You guys were talking the other day about like guns and shields. Remember how you were talking about like how it hasn't been logically the same through the movies? Does it have to do with like the difference in bullet technology through the years? Like it was like a lead bullet that she shot him with, and now like the scene in Captain America, those are probably lead tip. Yeah, those are probably like lead, like some high tech bullet, so it was able to bounce off no problem.
Could have been.
I have a feeling
bullets sure have come a long way.
Yeah, I have a feeling when in the first Captain America movie when Chris Evans was having the gun, he was so new being Captain America, and that was just the weapon of choice during the war that it was natural. It didn't kind of. But as he evolved after he came out of the ice and learned all these crazy moves like he did in the Winter Soldier, he didn't really need a weapon.
You don't need no gun.
Besides the shield. So I think that's why he probably like put it aside. Like I'm better with my hands and my shield.
I'm saying, but like the scene when he's
it's the conversation
blocking.
that we were having last week about bullets ricocheting. Like Peggy didn't care about anybody else in the room because like she just shot the shield and like would have killed everybody. Like would have just ricocheted and killed everybody. But
it has. I think it all has to do. If I'm trying to headcanon it, it's all like speed and angle and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
It's just like if
Yeah,
I do my own headcanon.
Yeah, in the military, you always consider your backstop and ricochet and all that stuff. So
Yeah.
that was just a movie. Didn't make any sense in the world. She had
MCU logic.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but is that not the point of the vibranium being in the shield? Like it stops.
Yeah.
It absorbs all vibrations.
But there's other instances where he ricochets bullets off to like hit somebody else.
Oh, okay.
And like it's pretty inconsistent.
Same thing the same thing in Avengers when he does the thing with Tony where he does the shield thing, the beam, yeah.
And he ricochets it off to get everybody else. When Tony could have just been like,
know, right?
like instead of doing the team up thing, but
he was facing the wrong way.
If you think about it,
he couldn't turn.
He couldn't turn 180.
Turn. The man's got no mobility.
If you think about it, just if, like the shield rebounding shouldn't happen if they were consistent with
That's actually fair. That's totally fair. Yeah.
If bullets are just gonna and fall, the shield should do the same thing if it hits.
Right.
Them.
You throw it at somebody, it should be like dink straight down.
No, right. It's just like a frisbee. It just hits the wall. It just falls.
Ultron was right. They made a frisbee.
Literally.
All right, but I gotta go.
I love that motion.
Right. See you, man.
See you guys later.
Later, Rob.
Later, bud.
Comic book logic.
God, that was funny. Plot armor.
Yeah.
All right, I gotta go because I gotta pee and then hang out with family.
Bye, Jeff.
Way too much water just now.
Too much water. Thanks, Cyberjacks.
Until next time, true believers.
Thanks, Zoo.
Later, bud.
Yeah, I gotta go to bed soon too. The 10-hour drive just kills me on Mondays.
You're a machine, man. Yeah.
It's not that bad. I really don't mind driving, but yeah, it's definitely.
How many miles is it?
600 and something.
Okay, that's not too bad. Because I was looking at when I'm driving down to Nashville, it's probably only take me about 7 hours if I drive the speed limit. So, because it's like 400 and some miles.
Oh yeah, that's.
I used to drive. My brother lives in Austin, and we would drive there every Thanksgiving, like 5-6 years ago, and that's 18 hours. I mean, that's 1,000 miles.
It's weird that I've been doing this 10 hours so often that when you say 7, I'm like, oh yeah, that's easy.
That's nothing.
7 used to feel like a lot, and now it's like
I used to have to visit my buddies in Madison, Wisconsin, which is 140 miles. I'm like, God damn, a 2-hour trip. These guys.
I recently, I know I've told this story plenty, but I did that one day where like I left, and because of traffic and weather conditions, it took me 23 hours to get to Dallas, and like since I did that, I feel like I can do anything.
I beat that.
Tell me any trip I need, I got it.
Now, if you don't mind me asking, is this going to be like a permanent situation with you and Alyssa, or
no? Definitely not permanent. So she got a job in Dallas.
Yeah.
And it's basically depends on if she's staying there forever. Then we start having the conversation of if I'm coming to join her. But right now it's kind of a stepping stone job where like she might only be there a year, and it doesn't make sense for me to like try to rebuild my career in Dallas music, because I have all my band is here, my career is here. It doesn't make sense for me to uproot and try to move there if she's going to immediately go, oh, I'm moving to Atlanta now. So like it's kind of depends on if it's going to be a year, then I won't move. I'll just keep visiting. If it's going to be 3 years, it starts to be like, well, maybe we need to figure something out because that's a long time. So just kind of we're talking about it as we go.
Does she like it there?
She loves her new job, which is why she went there, but doesn't really like Dallas that much. But yeah.
Does she have like coworkers and stuff like that she can like do things with outside of work?
It's tough because she's she's a lead, so like there's like whatever 20 people under her, but they're her employees. Like it's a weird. She doesn't feel like she can go out drinking with them or whatever, But
that is a weird situation, because I had that with my job where it was people I was friends with, and then stuff shifted around, and then I came back into the department. Now I'm the head of like 12 people, and it's just like it's like the episode on Friends when Chandler becomes the boss. It's like, well, you can't be friends with them anymore because you're their boss. You can't go hang. It's not the same situation. You're their boss in their mind.
Yeah.
But it's like, but yeah, I could put it on the company credit card and you don't have to worry about it. But it's like, yeah, you don't want to really see that. You know, it's go out drinking with your subordinates now, and then just when stuff starts slipping, and you go, better off without it. Just be the fun boss.
It's a weird thing. It's kind of a bummer for her, but luckily, and I don't know how long she's staying because this girl's also doing the whole stepping stone job thing. About 2 months before she moved there, our friend Anna moved there, who's like one of our closest friends, and she moved there, and then Alyssa got a job offer there too, so she moved right after her, and so it just magically worked out that one of her best friends lives there now, so they are hanging out a ton because they're both there in a new city. They live about 20 minutes apart, but they like drive to each other almost every other day. It seems like she's over there having drinks or whatever.
Oh, that's great.
That's nice.
Yeah, super cool. And they're going out and seeing the town all the time and seeing Dallas together. It's funny because Anna was there 2 months before her, but Anna did not see anything. So like Alyssa is weirdly like showing her Dallas, even though Anna lived there longer.
Melissa wants to know if she's going to jump on, but she doesn't want to jump on if we're just going to jump right off.
I do need to go fairly soon, but I don't know if anybody else wants to hang out longer. Or whatever.
It's going to be pretty touch and go for me. At some point, I'm just going to have to start doing things for work. I'm going to actually have to work. So.
Boo! Nah. Don't do it. I should.
I'm want to hate today. Yeah.
I don't know. Come on, Melissa. I'll hang out a little while. I don't know if everybody else. I'll hang out a little while.
Yeah, I was just thinking on like a normal Wednesday. This is like right when we're starting to get going, anyway. So.
Right. After my long drive,
I've been asleep for 4 hours.
I think I said it before. I will not be at trivia on Wednesday, and I'll probably be late if I come on after dark at all.
Oh yeah, what you got going on?
Well, earlier on Wednesday, I've got surgery. I'm getting my deviated septum fixed.
Oh, cool.
And then at 5:30, I'm getting my tattoo finished.
Oh yeah, how's
my gosh!
I said Wednesday's gonna be a full day for me.
You're like, yeah, just finish it. It's fine.
Well, that's the thing. I didn't realize like the surgery itself is only gonna take about 45 minutes, and it's light anesthesia. So they said it's basically like you're getting knocked out for, like if you have any. I've only been knocked out. This will be my third time. I had all 4 of my wisdom teeth taken out. I had an endoscopy done about 6 years ago, where they stick a camera down your throat to check into your stomach. And then they said it'll be like that. So you'll be groggy for like 2 hours. And then after that, you should be fine. But
you said the surgery is supposed to take how long?
It's 45 minutes to an hour.
That's crazy.
Because all they do is they basically are going to like, in his words, they'll like the cartilage, they sort of soften it. They scrape it and push it back. And then they put like gauze in there, and they said it should pretty much heal now, like in a week. So
so you have to keep the gauze in there for it to maintain that new shape. Okay,
I think so. He said it's very the way that they did it now compared to like 5 years ago is so different.
Yeah, because my brother dealt with the same thing, and I can't remember like what level of research he did or whatever, but I thought it almost like involved like inserting something there and then them having to like inflate it so like it retains the shape for a while.
It used to have a stint put into it. Now it's more of a like scraping and pushing type thing. So
yikes.
Are you awake for that?
No.
Okay.
No, they'll knock me out, but they said light anesthesia. So it's early enough. The surgery is at 8, and so I'll have more than enough time to come out of it. And he goes, it's usually like you'll have a light headache for a couple days. I'm like, maybe okay, that's fine.
You got so many nerves in your face, you're bound to like you're gonna feel a little something.
Oh yeah, and
not to make you feel bad about it.
Are you gonna sound different afterward?
I don't know. I probably will sound less nasally because I haven't had a clear passage for breathing in probably about 15 years.
Wow.
Jeez.
So,
dude, that's gonna be awesome.
I mean, I'm not gonna come back and sound like Barry White all of a sudden, but
I don't know. I could see it. You got a deepness. There's a richness there. It's just like at the highness above it. You got.
Oh, I can tell. Like sometimes when I get those colds, man, I get that voice that sounds like, "Hey, baby, The grab on there.
That's Brian V. Klein here.
I can start doing like cameo messages. You don't know me,
but I got this voice. So good.
Sorry, Sam, for all that weird talk.
That's all right. I come out like a new soldier. Super soldier.
Oh, that'd be kind of, I don't know if I'd want that. You were talking about that earlier. If someone like, if you all had the option to get it, would you get it? Would you take the Sarah?
That was Matthew Fox, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Whoever, I think it was Bucky said there's never been Zemo said there's never been another Steve Rogers, so it makes sense that I don't think anybody else would ever be able to fill that role, taking the super soldier serum.
So who would take it and who wouldn't?
I would
take it, but I'd have to be very much monitored to make sure I don't do any dumb shit.
I wouldn't.
I think I would do it.
You would not? You would, Melissa?
Yeah, I would.
Who
I have
wouldn't?
confidence
I've always wanted to be Superman or something like that when I was growing up.
Hey, would you be willing to fill my water bottle for me?
Yeah.
What did you say, Melissa? Sorry.
That was precious.
I would 100% do it personally.
I would. I'm pretty confident. I don't think I would ever mindlessly kill somebody.
Or this new one? Would you take the Erskine one or this one? The new one.
I don't think I want to be super buff. I don't I'm already.
Well, you have to go through all the stuff that they did in Captain America, like the Vita Rays and everything. Like the Vita Rays.
I mean, obviously, yeah, I would rather do the Vita Rays if it gives me that body, right?
I know, right? Exactly.
I don't know.
But here's the thing: I would like it to be. I mean, the new one is kind of like incognito. You don't know you have it,
That's
or you don't
true.
look like you have it.
Yeah.
So you could be a normal person, and all of a sudden you lift the car over your head, and you're like, "What the fuck?"
Although I don't think I have the will that Steve Rogers has, so I think I'd be in the middle of the Vita Rays, and I'd tell them, "Oh, stop! I'm done, and then I'd be like half flexed out, I'd be like that guy from
body.
It's not like the top and bottom; it's like the left side and right
left
side.
and right. Have you guys seen what's that movie with that? Lady in the Water. Do you guys remember that?
Just the top half. Just give me the top half. That's all I care for. My legs are pretty strong anyway. So
just give me the top half.
No.
I mean, I guess if it doesn't mess with you mentally, I wouldn't want to have anything.
You got the legs of Adonis, but the body of. Never mind.
No, finish that thought. Come on.
I don't know. The body of the Blob, but the legs of Captain America.
Yeah, when I was a kid, did you guys ever hear that Accutane stuff?
Oh my god, my sister's
Accutane?
on that.
She is now.
Yeah.
Is that the nasal stuff?
Oh, I don't.
That's the acne stuff, right?
Acne
right?
medicine. Yeah, the acne medicine. Does it affect her personality a bunch? Why does it suck?
It really dries out her skin. I know. It's meant to get rid of acne, which dries out your skin, but now she's got super dry skin, and apparently it can cause weight issues and a ton of other stuff. So
that's crazy.
I had really bad acne as a teenager, and I really wanted it because the doctor was like, "Yeah, this will absolutely get rid of your acne. You just have to be on it for 3 months." But they basically said in men, I think it's particularly in boys, they get really bad anger problems and stuff. I don't know that it happens to ladies as much, but my mom wouldn't let me do it, and now thinking about it, that's basically the super soldier argument about something that would mentally mess you up, but make you give you power, give you physical betterment, but make you mentally whatever. And I, as 10th grader, I was all on board. I was like, no, it's fine. This acne is bad. I will take it. I'll be angry for 3 months. It's fine.
Angry for 3 months.
Dude, acne's the worst. No. When you're a teenager, that might as well be the end of the world.
Yeah.
I was lucky enough not to get it, so.
Oh,
you get it now.
You get it in your 20s and 30s.
Yeah, I get it now. I never got it as a teen.
I didn't either.
Yeah, it's
all that thirsting that does it. So.
I know, I'm not drinking enough water. Too thirsty.
You know what? It's just everybody's different, so.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's what the whole thing with this. If I wouldn't want it to, I mean, if I could take it and get all the like the strength and the speed and stuff, but still be the same.
That's what I'm saying. That's like the new one. That's what the new one seems like more. It just seems like he said it just without all the necessary things you have to do. So it's just take it and you're good.
Yeah.
It's weird too, because like the Flag Smashers, at least to me, don't seem like, I guess we didn't know them before. They don't seem too outrageous. Like their personalities don't seem too outrageous, other than like burning down that building. But, like,
other than being an international terrorist organization.
Anybody say that the last person to look up to Captain America got killed? Anybody say that?
That's very sad.
Yeah.
Charlie,
did you notice
Sorry. Charlie described the process as being felt like being on fire. So like John might have still been like experiencing that whole sensation of being on fire when he went through that whole
Anybody
process.
see the theory that the guy that attacked him when he threw the shield wasn't there? Like it wasn't real? Like it was a what do you call it?
Like a hallucination?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, there was that one scene in the stairwell seemed like super weird.
Well, yeah, it's like the guy with the knife before, and then it just like disappeared. Like it seemed like it was like a hallucination, exactly. And then he came back again. Did anybody see the injection mark on his neck?
No, I didn't see that.
No.
So if you scroll, if you see it, it's the scene after he kills the guy. He's looking around. There's these red blots on his neck, but you see this big circle on his neck, and it looks like an injection mark on his neck.
Definitely a hickey.
So it wasn't a story.
He's Captain America now. He can get it from somebody, I'm sure. Right. Not me.
I'll give it up to Wyatt Russell. He's been killing it. Legitimate. He's been killing it.
Oh.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, he's excellent.
He's really good at getting like 90% of America to hate him.
I know. I mean, that's a mark of a good actor. I mean, his dad was a great actor too, Kurt.
And his mom.
I'm just sad we never got to see it. We never get to see a scene with them together. That would have been funny. He's like, I know you.
Like, you look familiar. Although if you really look at it, I don't think he really looks much like either of his parents.
No, but he looks like a younger Kurt Russell.
I feel like he looks like Kurt.
I mean, a little more than that, but it's just like you put him next to him now. It's like
I know. Have you also noticed that he has not shaved since the first episode? It just shows that like he has not shaved. It's been like just
that out.
Yeah, it's just been like his hair has just been like growing and stuff like that.
Yeah, it seems like he's it's I think it was Muzzy that brought up that it was like that's a big mental health thing is like not taking care of yourself well. So like
well, I mean,
because Bucky and Sam look great.
It's only been what a couple of days, like a week. In the time span of the show, right? It's only been like a week.
Well, it's weird because they do some things to shrink time a little bit because it seems like that prison break, for instance, it seems like that happened not over the same visit, but it all happens in a scene. So I don't know how
it probably took in its time probably a couple hours to happen, but still like the feel like since the beginning of the show, since we first saw Sam to now, it's only been like a week. So I mean, like I've had that same beard in like a week. Not shaving, so
yeah.
I mean, it almost looks like it's been a couple of days. Like he's clean shaven at the beginning. He's he's everything like that, and then he's just like now he's not. And then the other thing too is like this is a perfect metaphor of what Erskine said to Cap. Like, don't be a perfect soldier, be a good man.
Yep.
He's the perfect soldier, not a good man.
For sure. I think he looks way better with the beard, though, right, guys?
For sure.
Oh, come on, he's not Cap.
Everyone looks better with a beard.
Yeah,
he looks less like Carl from Up, so that's something.
Yeah.
I feel like they had that looks so. That had to be like the angle, like it was like looking up at him. It just looked weird. Like they redid the helmet after that first scene. Like they made it look a little bit more streamlined or thinner after that. Like that was like a big helmet. Like the helmet was like the helmet looked
like
swole or something. Like
early fitting or something.
Yeah, right.
I forgot, Jay Scotty, what did I call it? I forgot even what I nicknamed.
America's ass hat.
That's right.
No, he's definitely America's dickhead.
He's America's ass hat.
That's really good. I like that.
That is good. I like that.
I like it.
Just like I in an alternate universe, I'd love to see like Chris Evans come back at the end and be like, I can't have this. I need to come back. He still has the time suit. He goes back and gets himself. He's like, get your ass back here. Shit's going down.
Well,
sends himself back.
The thing is, they have ways of bringing it back.
I know that's the thing that's the thing they opened up with Endgame. They can fix anything with like time travel.
Well, but also they could also do the thing they did at the beginning and send time through him instead of him through time. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, like they find him and be like, hey Cap, like we need you.
Oh no, I mean like the way they did Scott, where they made him the baby and the old man.
I know, but didn't they fix that? Wasn't that an accident? They fixed that. They have to,
but they could unfix it and do it on purpose and just like youngify Cap.
They'd have to like focus it perfectly.
Keep all his memories though, right? Like youngify him, but keep all his memories. I think that would be awesome.
That's Remember when Scott come back? He goes, I don't know if it was old me or young me, so he knew it was him. So
he remembered the whole thing.
Banner's still around somewhere. He could do it.
Yeah.
Got nothing else to do.
Yeah, bring him on for next episode. I need some more points.
Yeah, I don't have that anymore because I need to look at the fantasy, how it's doing. I
only know my team. I don't even know what's going on.
I realized I did a really bad job because I just made a list of who I thought was most likely to be in whatever, and then I started doing it, and then I realized after I did it that I picked all of Black Widow's family. I have like her entire family.
I mean, that's not bad. That's guaranteed points.
Yeah,
I like your theory that when you was listening to the trailer thing that it's not a real family. It was just a mission.
Right. They say something like that in the trailer.
But that I'll call them the Harbor and Rachel Weisz they end up like liking them so much that they just want them to be their kids, but they had to go through it. So like they send his ass to jail for 30 years. Mm-hmm. Kind of fitting, right?
Yeah.
Do you think he's gonna have the serum? Do you think he's gonna have the super soldier serum in him at that point, or is it gonna be later? Because he comes out like looking, like jacked after that.
You talking about
punches through that door?
Red Guardian?
Yeah, remember he has.
Does he punch through the door? I don't know that he has the super soldier serum.
It seems like it because the door falls and like
he's like a Russian. He's like the Russian Captain America. He has a shield and everything. They wanted to make their own Captain America, so they basically
that's how it was in the comics too.
Everybody's fucking Captain America these days.
Everybody wishes.
Are there any other more Captain Americas I should know about?
The Taskmaster.
Get out of here.
Oh, there's Captain America with the wolf head.
I'm gonna go, guys. Good to see everybody.
Bye, Haley.
Bye.
Haley. Good job on code names.
So I'm just like looking at that. And I think that movie's gonna be like pretty sweet. I just wish it had come out years like before. Like if there was a movie I could switch with it'd probably be like Ant-Man and the Wasp or something like that. Like put that in that place because it makes more sense that the fact that we kind of know her future. If this movie came out like years ago, then it would have been better.
I think this movie is going to be. This is just. I haven't read anything. It's going to be set almost as like.
Well, it's set between Infinity War and Civil War, but I just.
Right. But I don't think it's going to be staged that way. It'll be staged with them having like a memorial for her, and then they start talking. Like all the people there start talking about it, and this is sort of like a recollection of it. So it's. It's set in real time, but then you go back and the majority of it is like that. For lack of a better word, a flashback. But it's them. Saying,
well, it might not even be a flashback. It might just be like, I would think when they were filming this movie, they probably didn't know of what was happening. So this movie's probably going to act as a standalone, maybe like the after credits, or maybe they put something in at the beginning. But I would think that the movie as a whole is just like a telling of what happened between Civil War and like Infinity War.
I think this was always the plan. So I think this is going to be her swan song. Like I think we're going to find out a lot about her character and her history and like her family and her legacy and all that stuff. So I think like you will leave this movie being like, oh, I finally got the funeral for Nat that I needed. You know what I mean?
I also want to see like Budapest, or something like that.
I would like.
Maybe they'll say Budapest for like Hawkeye because they'll actually be able to like talk about it.
Yeah, if the story could be framed by like her ledger, like the opening of the film is like, a lot of movies will start with like the opening of a book, like Shrek comes to mind, and you like start with like the reading of the passage and you actually go into what's happening. That would be cool if we know she has read in this ledger.
Yeah, maybe her sister, what's her name? I can't remember her name.
Yelena.
Maybe Elena finds it and she starts reading it, and like it's like almost not like it's a ledger, but also like a diary. Like she's like marked down where she went, and it kind of like she's just kind of filling in the blanks.
Maybe. I think that would be weird because it would like reveal that Yelena survives before we know the story. I think it'll probably go in time.
I thought they already said that. Someone I read recently, she signed like a 5-picture deal or something.
Right, and she's
like
supposed to appear in
Black
Hawkeye.
Widow. Wouldn't she just take over? Or she could just be like a new Black Widow.
She'll be the new Black Widow, yeah.
She's supposed to be in Hawkeye.
Oh, that'd be cool. But like she comes in, she becomes friends with Hawkeye.
There's a couple of lofts up there. Yeah. Say again? They're sweet chefs, so they'll have
behind the scenes of the Airbnb or the
Airbnb.
Sorry, it's a real B&B, not the Airbnb.
It's a real.
Yeah, except for they're not serving breakfast right now.
Yeah.
But like, thanks, Jay Scotty. Yeah, we kind of figured it's like 7:30 there. Although breakfast for dinner, man. That's
all
the thing.
Name a better time to have pancakes.
You
can't.
So Melissa, you missed it earlier. We posted it in the group that we're gonna plan to crash a Civil War reenactment, all dressed up as Avengers, and like the German airport scene. So
6 people from each side going as like.
Have we chosen who we are yet?
Oh no, it's brainstorming right now. The group is loving it, so we all show up as like everybody, and it just ends up being us. Like, yeah, we have to figure out who's the Confederates and the Unions, and then Matt said,
just walk and be like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I thought this was I'm sorry. My Civil Wars. I got my Civil Wars mixed up."
Either that, or we dress up with the costumes underneath and like the actual Civil War stuff over, and then when everyone's running towards each other, you take it off, and it's like, there's an Iron Man, there's a Cap.
What about a Confederate or like an 18s dressed up like an 1800s Avenger?
Well, that's what we were talking about, having like a steampunky version of it.
Yeah, Jeff actually did a cosplay. They like won Dragon Con one year with the whole group of steampunk Avengers, and Jeff was steampunk Thor.
Ironically, Iron Man always runs on Steam anyway.
Yeah. It's not Steam. That's that arc. The arc power.
Well, they didn't have arc reactors back then.
Oh my goodness. Well, guys, I think I gotta get some rest tonight. By the way, Melissa, you were just freaking killing it on the TikTok. I don't know.
Thanks.
It's freaking awesome. I couldn't believe it. 7,000 followers.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's freaking awesome.
Yeah, we're going up quick.
Yeah, for real. Like, I don't know. I just like I've seen a lot of creators on here, and I'm still like I watch way too much TikTok, and I'm swiping through, and people are like, I'm just trying so hard to get to this number, and I'm like, we just like blew past like a lot of people that are out there trying. I don't know. Just really good job.
Right?
Now, does TikTok have like a monetary based step system like YouTube or?
They do. I don't know much about it. Have you looked into it at all, Melissa?
Not really. No, I should. I know you need at least 5,000 followers, which we have.
Wow.
And then I think it's like 2 cents every 1,000 views.
Right. Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So.
Not much, but.
And it's funny because we did the thirst content. Well, it's weird. Like I did the because we did thirst content. Like a lot of our followers are like they're following it for that, right? Which makes sense. Perfectly great. And I think that's great. I think it's a good like a lot of the people in our group are those types of ladies, which is great. But I thought it'd be a good fitting thing. But it does make it weird when I like post an actual theory video, because then like I don't know how many of those people overlap. And then, like,
I mean, they've got to be interested in Marvel in some way.
Yeah, I agree.
Probably.
Well, also,
I mean, that's Chris Evans' biggest thing.
So if there's I love like reaction videos on YouTube of like trailers. Somebody posted one just of girls reacting to it, and it was the Infinity War trailer, the first one, and then as soon as Chris Evans comes out with his beard, I look at every girl and they're like, okay. It was the funniest thing ever.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's exclusive to girls. I'm sure all.
I said the same thing.
Showed up. Was like, wow.
Chris Evans from Massachusetts. He lives like if he was in Massachusetts, I would be the closest person to him.
Oh, you're in Massachusetts?
I live in New Hampshire, which is like one state up, but he's from Massachusetts. So
That's
it's like
cool.
it's the greatest thing ever. But now he lives in California and everything like that. So it's like, oh, I'm sad.
He went Hollywood.
No, surprising. He went Hollywood. He's not Hollywood at all. He's still him. Like I love him. I love him. He lives in a house by himself with his dog.
Yeah,
he reads often.
What you think?
His videos with his dog Dodger are the funniest thing ever.
That's
so
funny.
cute.
I'm gonna let the chat go, or like let the stream go. Bye, stream. Until next time, true believers.